All right. And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. Sorry for late. You guys are probably wondering, like, yo, you guys are live in Vegas. This is awesome on a Thursday night.
Yep.
But yeah, we're in a different studio. Shout out to everybody that hosted us and made this happen. We got to shout out those people, man.
We do. I believe it's Athletes for Vegas.
Yep.
Yes. Shout out to them for the studio and all that stuff, and as well as the guest for tonight.
Yeah. And your homie, right?
Yeah. Shay.
Yeah. Shout out to him for making this happen.
Yep.
But yeah, so guys, we're gonna just kind of get right into it because, as you guys know, we don't have our intro and all that other stuff pre-rolled, ready to go. But quick announcements: rumble.com/freshfit. You guys know that's the home base for us, as well as check us out on couchclub.tv. Link is below. Go ahead and get on that email list and get the newsletter. But Fresh, go ahead, man.
So, ladies, we're in Vegas right now. Obviously, we're from Miami, but we want to know how dating is in Vegas itself. Is it hard? Is it tough? How's dating been for you so far in Vegas? We'll start over here.
Should we introduce them?
Yeah, sure.
I literally got this. Yeah.
All right, sure. We'll get into that
So
too.
your name, age, what you guys do for work, that type of thing. So we could start right here. What's your name?
Ariel.
All right. How old are you, Ariel?
27.
Where are you from originally?
Here.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I'm an advanced esthetician.
Okay.
I specialize in post-op. I ran a medical spa / Medicaid.
Okay. And then
Very
highest education level completed?
Trade schooling. I'm going
Trade
back.
school?
Yeah.
Okay. And don't worry, ladies. We literally ask this question to every single panel of girls
because this is my interview.
Yeah, because
okay.
It's all data.
Yeah. So what we do is, so you guys are kind of familiar with this. We collect all the data, and we actually have like a whole we've interviewed like 3,300 girls.
Wow.
So we literally keep all the data, like the average age, where they're from, that type of thing. Okay. So you said trade school. All right. And then relationship status?
Single.
All right. Are your parents still together?
My mom's a widow.
Okay.
So yes, forever and ever.
Okay. And then Fresh, your favorite question?
Birth control? Birth control?
No.
No?
Okay. No?
Okay.
No. That makes you emotional. I got that part locked in. So.
Okay. And then,
that's a good point.
I'm like.
Any kids?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. And then last question is ethnicity?
Thai, Chinese, Armenian.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's a unique mix.
That's 4 parents.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
3. Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
There you go.
Right. What about you? What's your name?
My name's Israel.
Okay.
That's a great name.
Yeah. How old are you?
26.
Where are you from originally?
California.
Okay. What part of California?
Pasadena.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do for work?
I have a clothing store.
All right.
It's called Shop Israel. It's in here in Vegas.
Is that your merch right now?
Yes.
That's cool.
Representing all the time.
Okay.
What do you do for work? Oh, no, sorry. Excuse me. Highest education level completed?
College.
All right. Bachelor's degree?
No, just associates.
Associates? All right. What'd you get it in?
Actually, no, pause. I dropped out after my first year of business.
Oh, you Kanye West.
So.
All right. High school.
Period.
All right. So high school. And then relationship status for you?
Dating.
Okay. So single, right?
Dating.
Somebody?
Someone. One person.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How long y'all been together?
Been dating for about 6 months.
Okay.
How'd you guys meet?
Bumble.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Was it after the new patch where the guy can message you now, or was it still on the whole where the girl has to message first?
I think it was the girl. It was my first time using dating app. And I think it was, I had to message first, but I didn't know exactly what I was doing. So I think either I messaged him or I responded to an inquiry.
Okay. Because I know Bumble is switch some stuff around. It used to be you match, but the girl
Girls
has
only.
to message you. You can't
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, dating on that app. I think that was the most easiest app for me to use, just because I've heard different things about the other apps. So I thought Bumble would be the most.
It definitely gives women the most
power.
Latitude for sure.
Well, it worked out for you, so there you go.
Yeah. All right. And then are your parents together?
No.
All right. And then birth control for you?
No.
Okay. Living life on the edge. And then what's your ethnic background?
I'm Black.
Okay.
African American.
Okay. One of us.
Are you Jewish or no?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a unique name. That's why. What about you? What's your name?
Crystal.
All right. How old are you?
33.
All right. Where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Vegas.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I'm a sales and marketing director for Hookah Lounge.
Okay.
Fire.
Thanks.
Has hookah exploded in popularity with the popularity of vapes?
I feel like it has, yeah.
It's gone like it's been growing business.
Yes and no. I feel like it's hard to keep the stamina of like a club like a hookah lounge consistently going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know what it is, but like within the last like 3 to 5 years, there's been like an explosion in vaping and hookah and
Absolutely.
Yeah, girls love hookah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
I don't know
crazy.
why.
I don't hookah.
Especially Dominican girls. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Okay, so highest education level completed.
11th grade.
Oh, okay. So you said fuck high school even.
Yeah. I had my oldest when I was 18 turning 19. So.
Oh, gotcha. All right. And then relationship status.
Single.
All right. Parents still together or
Yes.
okay. And then birth control for you.
Yes.
Okay. And then ethnic background.
Hispanic. Mexican.
Okay. Full.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm first generation in the States. My mom's from Sonora. My dad's from Guadalajara.
Okay.
Mm.
Speak
Okay.
read and write fluent Spanish, baby. I take the
Okay.
white privilege all day, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say 'cause you could pass as white, but a lot
Yeah.
of Mexican girls can come off a Caucasian. I think especially you said Guadalajara.
My dad's from Guadalajara. My mom's from Sonora.
Okay.
Yeah, so my mom's very fair skin, and my dad's very tan with green eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Spaniard.
No, that's
No, but yeah.
Okay. And then what about you? What's your name?
Vanity.
Vanity. All right.
That's
How
a great
old
My
name.
real name.
It's your real name?
Vanity.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. How old are you?
30.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
San Francisco.
Oh shit. How long you been in Vegas?
Oh, like 9 years.
Damn.
When you left, was San Francisco as bad as it is now with the homeless?
No, not at all.
No. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Have you been back recently?
Yes.
What is the biggest change you would say?
It's completely different. Like even when you go out there, the complete vibe is different. And they're implementing new rules. So even for the homeless people, by 11 o'clock, you have to get up. You can't just be laying down on the streets. But it's not the same. There was like street performers. Like the city was really live. Now, it's like not even there.
I was
Yeah.
there for
Like the
12.
art from it.
Yeah, the art's dead. Everything is like different. But in some places, it's still okay.
I was there for TwitchCon. It was so weird.
Oh, you went to San Fran?
Yeah.
I thought it was San Diego.
Oh wait, my bad. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Oh, Lee. Hold on, let me double check.
somewhere in
Let me
Cali.
double check.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I thought that was
First, you're
San
not
Diego.
introducing
Yeah.
us. Then you don't know where you go.
He hasn't slept,
It's the
guys.
energy
He's
drink.
operating on no
Oh yeah,
sleep. This guy.
it's San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So SF. Yeah, because Elon Musk tweeted something about homeless people like choose to be homeless because apparently there's a bunch of homeless shelters there,
Mhm.
but homeless people choose to just like mess it up and get in fights. It's like as if they don't want the help almost. But I don't know. Controversial tweet he made earlier today. But all right, what do you do for work?
I do sales operations,
Okay.
Mhm.
And then highest education level completed.
bachelor's,
Okay. What'd you major in?
business.
Where'd you get it from?
I started off with biology, and then I went to that, but San Jose State.
Okay.
Mhm.
Relationship status?
I am.
Complicated.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
I just knew it. That long pause. I was like, yeah, complicated, huh?
We'll end it with that. We'll go to the next one now.
All right. Well, I'll ask this one question then.
Uh-oh.
Who doesn't want to commit? Is it him or you?
I wouldn't say either.
Ooh,
That's interesting.
fire.
Baby daddy?
No.
Oh.
Any kids?
Yes.
How many?
One.
Is it with that guy?
No.
It's not okay. All right. All right, parents are together.
They're divorced but remarried.
Oh shit. Okay, so they're together then.
They separated and got back together?
No. They
But they
remarried
remarried
with someone
differently.
else.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
Yes. Completely different.
This a hell no. I'm
Yeah.
not getting.
All right.
Mhm.
And then birth control for you?
No.
Okay. And ethnic background is black or
Mhm.
all right. Cool. All right. So we have the ladies introduced. Go ahead, Fresh.
Yeah. So back to the beginning.
Okay.
Dating itself in Miami is tough. We all know it's tough around the States. But I want to hear your dating experience in Vegas itself. How's it been for you? Good, bad, ugly? What's your stick on it? Dating. We'll start here.
I haven't really dated yet, kind of. So I
Hmm.
think it's I don't know.
At 27?
Yeah, I was with my son's father until the end of like 2022. I've been
Okay.
together for a year.
Why'd you
So-
guys break up?
Just it wasn't healthy. But great dad, great person, you know? So,
Wasn't healthy. Was
Know
it
the
toxic?
feeling.
huh?
Was it toxic?
Yeah, it just wasn't healthy. Yeah.
Okay.
If yeah, I guess toxic, I guess, yeah.
Were you guys like married or?
Engaged.
Okay. Oh shit. And then did you break it off, or who initiated the breakup?
Mm, yeah, I guess it was kind of like both of us. We were fighting, and then I was being stubborn, and then he like walked out, and like he left, and then we split up for a while, and then he was like, "Just tell me you want me back in the house, baby, and I'll come home." I'm like, "Nah, bro, you could go to therapy and figure it out from there. If not, then no," because I was realizing my son would grow up seeing what I grew up seeing. I don't want that. And they say statistically, actually, the kid grows up fine in separate households. Because honestly, when there was infidelity, that's when I should have left. But I stayed because also love and forgiveness, but like my child.
Isn't it better with two parents though?
Yes. You still got two
It
parents.
still is 2 parents.
It's not healthy if you got two parents neck and neck in the house and he sees that. And then he's
Is
gonna,
it 50-50
and I'm
split?
raising a son. Yes.
Is it 50-50?
And I'm grateful for that. So that's why I'm
Is he
like,
white or
if I-
black?
Huh?
Is he white?
Hispanic.
Hispanic? Okay.
So yeah, because it's not common for guys to like end relationships. So you're saying that he like walked out and he kind of ended it, or he initiated the breakup, or would you say you initiated?
Okay, because he was irritating me, and then I told him, I'm like, don't talk to me right now. And then he was just like, well, I was like, I just not like happy with our relationship, and like everything we've been through and the way you're treating me, that's not what I deserve.
You
Like,
deserve better.
'cause, yeah, I was setting boundaries. Like there was, like domestic infidelity, like a lot of shit. Like, cause he was from he had a certain lifestyle, and when we had a kid, it was like you can't do both. So it got to a certain point, and then he was just like, well, then I'll just leave. And I'm just like,
Was he a high earner?
huh?
Is he like a high earner? Makes a lot of money?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
it don't matter. I make money
And you're
too.
saying
We're both entrepreneurs.
so infidelity was your biggest thing.
Huh?
He was
Well,
cheating.
yeah, the fuck I gave you a baby, and you're gonna step out. Then you should have did that before the baby, because
Okay.
then we would have had a baby. Like,
Yeah,
what was
okay.
the point?
So your issue is the infidelity after having a
then-
kid.
Yeah, and domestic, and then just drugs and stuff like that.
Damn.
Gotcha. So he didn't want to leave the party life.
Yeah,
I mean, you told me. I'm
Yeah.
just okay.
he's in sales, and it's a lifestyle. Like, it's just, yeah, I guess that's
It's
part of life
fast-paced.
now. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. But was he like doing like running around and dealing with women and stuff like did you guys have an open relationship, or was it supposed to be
No.
monogamous? It was monogamous. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be monogamous, and then he didn't like continue to stay monogamous after you guys had the kid, or at
It
least you
just
found out
happened
later.
yeah, and it's insecurity. He just we're young, and then now you got to be a husband, and then you got to provide, and you stress and whatever and stuff like that. And then I was young too, and it just turned very toxic.
Interesting. All right, and you said you guys were like together since like high school.
No, I met him in high school, 18.
Damn.
Yeah, so that, like right after high
Right
school.
after
Then.
high school.
Okay, so yeah,
And
alright.
it was funny because I did custom clothing. I ran a kiosk in the mall,
Mhm.
and then he was one of the shoe cleaner guys. So-
Oh, okay.
It was
So-
destined. That's so funny.
So what have you learned from this whole interaction with this guy, well, your baby daddy, that you would take forward now to your next relationship? What have you learned?
Boundaries.
Boundaries?
Love myself first.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Boundaries.
you
Love yourself
know?
first.
Love
Alright.
myself first, and then just be as best as I can. Put God first, honestly.
And what's the non-negotiable in your boundaries now? The number one thing that's non-negotiable. He has to be faithful, can't cheat, has to be a
just
high earner.
transparency. I don't want
Okay.
honesty, transparency. Dr. Brent said that. So I was like, that bitch is right.
So
Because it's true. For honesty, you gotta figure they gotta get caught with something to tell the truth.
Mhm.
But if they're transparent and they tell you what it is from the beginning, you either say yes or no or move on. That's all I want. Yeah.
So would you be okay if a guy told you, "Hey, look, I like you, but I'm gonna have other women"?
Yeah, no, I don't do all that. Cause like my body, I don't wanna get anything or
Well, you could see why guys wouldn't say it up front then, because you're gonna just walk
Yeah.
away. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Niggas are niggas. Okay.
Self-defeating purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What about you? The question is, how's dating for you in Vegas, right?
Yeah. How's it been for you?
Dating has been good for me in Vegas.
Mm.
I feel like I'm very particular.
How long have you been here? Because you said you're from Pasadena, right?
I've been here for almost 8 years. Yes.
Oh, okay.
7 years, 8 years. I have had an interesting dating experience, but I think everything has helped me grow and become the person I am today. So I think that every person I met has helped me become who I am today.
I have a question for you. Before you met your current guy right now, was it like flings off and on with people, or is it more like, okay, I have a guy now, break up, guy now? How was that like timeline, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I want to say I was in like, I've been engaged 3 times.
3 times?
Period.
What?
I've been engaged.
I've been engaged 3 times. So I was in like serious relationships. They weren't like
You're a lover,
flings.
girl.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Let me get this straight. You said no 3 times?
I've been engaged 3 times.
2 different niggas?
They weren't niggas, but yeah.
Wait, white boys?
1 Mexican, 2 Mexican guys, and 1 white guy.
What's your type?
Intelligence.
Mm.
So not
Yeah.
physical traits per se, but you have to mentally stimulate me. Just be able to like go to deeper levels.
So I gotta figure this out. So like, why'd you say no to these guys then? Give us like the reasons why you
Well,
said no.
Technically, she said yeah, she was engaged. It just
I did
didn't
say
go
yes,
through. It just didn't go through.
But I called it off. Yes.
Why'd you call it off?
The first one I called off because I realized he would never grow with me. So I realized if I wanted to grow, I'd have to leave him behind.
Real quick, for each engagement, how long were you engaged for?
Well, the first guy I was engaged to was my high school sweetheart. We were together for 4 years and engaged for like 1 year.
Okay, and then a second.
Second guy I was with for about 2 years. We were engaged within 4 months, 5 months.
Okay, so you guys were to get engaged
We were
for like
engaged
6
like a
months.
year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
together for like 2
Okay,
years.
and then what about the last guy?
The last guy he asked me to marry him in like 3 weeks. And then
Oh shit!
She got that good.
Go big
Yeah.
mama.
the funny thing about that guy is
How
we
long
didn't
were
have
y'all
sex.
together?
We didn't have sex for a year. So he asked me to marry him. He was
Okay.
Mormon though.
What?
So
Okay.
He wanted to get to it.
So how long were you guys actually engaged?
together.
Engaged, yeah.
So we
Total.
he asked me to marry him 3 times, the last guy, but I said yes the first time and then I called it off because he was still actually married to somebody else. So I called off the engagement because he gave me the ring and I kept the ring, but I was like, you need to figure out your stuff first. So we were together.
So you knew he was married.
Yeah, I knew
when
he
you
was
engaged.
married. Mhm.
Okay.
But he was like separated. He was like
Okay.
separated.
Going through
married.
divorce proceedings.
Yeah.
So how long were you guys engaged total time?
Te-
A year?
Technically, we were together for like 2.5, 3 years.
Okay, but engaged for one of those years, 2 years?
It's complicated because I did say that I called off the engagement because he was still married. So it took him about 1.5 years to get officially divorced.
So
So,
let's call it cumulative time you guys engaged roughly a year.
sure, a year,
I
2
guess.
years.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically our whole relationship almost that we were together for. Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
So you're considered like a sapiosexual then?
Yes.
Okay. So color doesn't matter, just smartness.
Looks, color, age, none of it matters. I honestly have dated.
Okay. Okay. Miss Bumble, got you.
People, no, not on Bumble. Okay, this guy, this is the first time I ever tried
Bumbleclad.
online dating. The first time, this time.
Yeah.
But everyone else I met like in the wilds, like naturally.
Okay. Let's say
Right.
I'm in Vegas and let's say I'm a girl. I want to meet a guy. Where should I go?
I would say meet a girl where you would like
No,
to.
no. Let's say
Your girl.
there's a girl that's coming to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Where should you go to meet guys?
She would want to meet a guy that's in what she's looking for. So if you're looking for a guy that's a clubby guy, go
Mhm.
to a club. If you're looking for a guy that's a gym rat, go to a gym. You'll also, if you're looking for a guy that's more like established, has his shit together, he might be doing like tennis practice. He might be playing pickleball. He might go into like a coffee shop in Summerlin. It depends on the levels of like the type of men you want to date. You got to be in those areas that he would frequent.
Okay. Let's say she wants a smart guy. Where does she go?
Online might be better for one of those because smart guys are typically shy and they're not the type to approach people. So online, if you're looking for more of a nerdy, intelligent, that type of guy, I would say online because
Okay.
they're the type of people that aren't really like social. So, yeah.
And what have you learned from meeting your current guy now that's helped you move forward, I guess, with dating?
Just never settle. You know, there's people that will come into your life for different reasons, different seasons. They will teach you things. You you'll meet great people and you can have really great love with some people, but they're not going to be the one all the time.
So never settle.
Never settle, but obviously appreciate the people that you have while you're with them, but know that not everyone is for you forever. Like nothing is forever.
Enjoy the experience.
These 3 people that you got engaged with, how did you meet them in the wild? You said you met them all in the wild.
Yeah, I met them. 2 of them I met at a club, and then one of them I met on playing Call of Duty.
Wait, Call of Duty?
Okay.
Period.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait,
Let
so
me guess, the Mormon guy was Call of Duty.
No. My high school sweetheart actually was, he lived 2 hours from me, and I met him on Call of Duty.
are you even good at the game?
I could drop shot you so fast. Like,
Oh, we're gonna put that to the test, okay?
Zombies,
Hold on.
Call of
I'm
Duty,
so
Black
lost.
Ops.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna put it to the test.
Hold on.
Stream
Okay, if he's your high school sweetheart, that
Yeah.
means you guys knew each other in high school.
He was 4 years older than me, and he was a
Oh.
senior, and I was a freshman, and we met on Call of Duty my freshman year. So he was graduating
Okay,
when I was like my freshman year.
but you guys didn't know each other until you met in this, like, playing games?
Yeah, no, he was at a completely different school. So I say high school sweetheart because we were both in high school when we met, but technically we didn't go to the same high school.
Okay, okay, because if you say that, most people, they're going to assume you guys went to school together. And in my
No.
head, I'm like, wait, what are the chances that you meet someone that went to your high school
No, yeah.
on a Call of Duty lobby?
He lived 2 hours away from me. My mom drove
Okay.
me 2 hours to go meet him.
You guys were both high school age when you met. That's what you mean.
Okay, last thing from me. So I find it interesting you said never settle. So your current guy, never settle?
I think communication is one of the most important things in relationships. And if you thoroughly communicate how you feel and what you need with somebody, they can either adapt and try to meet your needs, compromise, or you have to accept them for what they are or not accept them and leave. So there's different levels to like communicating that you have to like understand. Someone can't read your brain. Someone can't assume or expect something. So if you want something to work, you have to communicate. But sometimes you're not going to get the same answers that you kind of want out of that communication. So from that communication, you can either realize, okay, we work well, we can figure it out, we can compromise, we can fix this, or this is something that is like not something that we agree on. So if it's not something you agree on, you either move separate ways or find a compromise somehow. But everything in relationships, whether it be like sexual, friendship, whatever, you have to communicate. So that's what I learned.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Real quick, we got Peach Slayer 88 in the chat says, thank you, FNF, for changing my life since 2021. I used to be a simp before that, and now since I've been watching, I've had the mindset of chase dreams, not women. I got signed on to agency WFNF. Shout out to you, bro.
Interesting.
Cool. What about you?
Me.
Yeah, dating for you in Vegas. How's it been? Good and
Okay,
bad?
so I'm born and raised, so I have dated while I was in my toxic era, you know, so definitely unhealed.
What age was that?
Okay, so I didn't start healing actually until like my 30s. So
When did you start this toxic phase? 22, 23?
start my toxic phase?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I come from my dad was an alcoholic, and my dad was constantly abusive, yeah, to my mom. So I grew up in a kind of a violent home. So my trauma started from very, very young.
Wow.
So from there, I mean, I started drinking in 5th grade, started smoking weed in 5th grade.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I started numbing almost, as soon as I learned how. I didn't understand coping skills. Well, I did numbing, so that was my coping skill. So I think it wasn't until 4.5 years ago when I stopped drinking when I truly started to want to learn who I am and why I am the way that I am. And it took for me.
This guy, bro.
Sorry.
This guy.
The
man.
violin. Yeah. So for me, dating, I was with my kid's dad for almost 8 years. And then from there, that shit was toxic. After that, I mean, we've been separated for almost 2 years now, in February. I've dated since then, and I feel like because I've healed and I kind of know what my healthy boundaries are, like I feel like I see a lot of people's like
They're
unhealthy
weird.
boundaries and where they
You guys are weird. They're
So
too
you've
feminine
technically been
and
single for the past 2 years then?
yes.
Give us your biggest ick from a guy. Biggest ick
Um
that you can see clearly now.
For me, it's the it's like the bully, like I don't know, when a guy's like mean to a girl and like that's his form of like
Yeah,
of
cringe.
of
That's
like,
what I'm saying. They're men in the city like are competitive like with women that are. It's just weird.
yeah, they like bully and they're just like they're mean and that's their way of flirting. And I just
You mean they're assholes?
yeah, the assholes. I actually just made a TikTok on that. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so and this is something that you've noticed exclusively with men from Vegas is that they're
Not
mean and
all,
bully.
but there's
No.
like a little like
Would you say a
section of-
majority?
Yeah,
I feel
there's like
like-
a big like it's just spread.
I feel like they
Interesting.
don't really know how to talk and communicate. Like
That's how they flirt.
yeah,
Okay.
Like
that's how they
boy, bye,
flirt.
be a
That's
man.
not
So they
flirting,
bully
it's
and
like,
they're kind
do you
of
wanna be
assholes.
a
You're a
woman first?
woman.
Yeah.
Condescending?
They play the game.
Well,
yeah.
let me ask you this because you guys tend to agree on this. These individuals that are mean or bully you, what are their professions? Are they like successful guys?
Some.
Or are they
Yeah.
or are they not?
Yeah, they
Mhm.
got money.
Okay. All right. So
Some of
you would
them,
agree with that
yeah.
sentiment that the
Yeah.
guys that are typically meaner typically have money or successful?
I feel like it doesn't really matter, like whether they have money or not. I feel like there's a good chunk of them that are just
Some of them too, I guess. No,
Well, I'm trying to
just
find out
evil
what's
fit.
the main quality that all these men have
I
where
think
they're
the
bullying
quality-
and mean.
They're insecure. I
Yeah,
think that's the
Insecure.
I was
quality.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
it's the low self-esteem, but so they have to go by their ego and
Okay. You know, it's interesting. Women always like to use this term, they're insecure. Can you explain to me like what is it specifically that makes them insecure? Can you guys give me like an example?
They're in an uncomfortable situation that they don't know how to address and communicate properly. So, for example, like there'll be men that will be insecure about what their girlfriend is wearing.
Okay.
However, that's something that you can communicate. If your girlfriend is wearing these items when you met her, then you should not expect her to change her appearance based off of how you feel other people are approaching her. So sometimes men will come off as very insecure with
like, oh, what the heck?
like, what are you wearing? Like, what do you?
yeah.
Why are you looking like that?
Okay. So your example is clothing. What about what the woman chooses? What about you two? What's your example of insecure?
It could also just be with them, like
yeah,
just
it's
not
like
just insecure with themselves.
see now
of,
you
like,
got me thinking.
Yeah, because
Well, no, I
and-
feel
and-
like
I'm not
I
trying
and there's
to
a reason
bring
why.
up
Hold on.
personal
There's a reason why I'm
experience.
doing this because I'm just going to be very blunt here. Women have a very bad habit of
Okay.
generalizing, using a generalizing statement. When I say, "Can you be specific about what you particularly mean here?" They can't really identify. So she did with the clothing.
I feel
I'm
like
just trying to
their-
figure out
I
if you
feel like
two-
their insecurity comes from like a lot of their childhood traumas that they haven't healed from.
Okay, that's the source. But what is it that actually shows that they're insecure? Give me an example.
I would say the way they communicate, the way they raise their
Yeah,
volume
like-
when they're talking to you, and they try to like call you names and demean you and make you
Yeah.
feel little.
it's the mind
when
the
they're
mind games.
when they're talking to you as if,
Condescending?
yes, when they're talking to you as if you're not a literal human and like you're not like the same person you were just 5 minutes ago. Like I've met people that go from like, oh my god, I love you so much. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like,
Yeah,
how could you
exactly.
say that
Like,
to
how are you
someone
gonna
you
talk
love?
to a
How
woman
could
like
you
that?
talk to someone you love and say, oh my god, I love you so much, baby?
And with this
then-
thread that you're kind of going through, would it be fair to say that this is what kind of happens after the discussion about clothing?
No, it could happen in any, not just clothing, but I just can give little examples of like a relationship I was in where one moment he would be so in love with me, and the next moment I would disappoint him in some way, and he would talk to me in a way that was not nice, and I felt it. It stemmed from me doing something that he didn't like.
What was it in particular that he didn't like that he spoke to you that way? What did he
It
do?
could. So, for example, I have a clothing store and I do a lot of marketing and networking with people. One of the examples, he didn't like the way I communicated with my customers. If I call them, "Hey, love," "Hey, babe," "How are you?" or if I lift like the heart,
Sorry.
you're okay.
See,
But-
it's like insecurity because
he's like,
yeah.
I don't like the way that you call girls babe or love. And I would like, why do you not like that? He's like, because it makes it seem like you don't have that same value when you say that to me. And I was like, if I say hey babe or hey love to a girl, I'm just saying it like as in a friendly, casual tone. You're taking it as something more than that. Like just because I say I love you doesn't mean I can't tell people, oh my God, I love you so much. But he takes it in a way that he feels insecure because he thinks my words have less value when I say that to him versus other people. And it's just like code switching. Like sometimes you're talking to some people in a certain way and you can call your friends like, hey bitch, or like whatever. But you're not going to talk to a stranger and say, hey bitch. Like,
But in a
it's-
sense, isn't that him also communicating that to you and saying that he's uncomfortable with that?
yeah, and I understood that he communicated, and I stopped doing it. But at the same time, I felt like I'm not being my genuine self, and I can't be in a relationship where I can't be my genuine self.
So how did you react when he first said that? Like, what was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was confusion because I've always communicated with my customers. I'm a very friendly, very open with all of my customers, all my clients, and just being in a way that I have to change the way I talk and communicate with them because the person that I love doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like he was making me change who I was as a person.
So, okay. So I see your perspectives. What about you guys? Do you guys have specific examples about insecure?
I think so, for me, my experience has been because I've been an entrepreneur. So, and I've gone obviously the type of men I go for are entrepreneurs as well. So we're always wanting like goal crushing. And I've noticed when I get a little bit too higher on certain
Competition?
things, yeah, then it's a competition where it's like, bro, one day I'm gonna be less and you be more, like, and then it gets into like, I
How's
don't
it a
know, men,
competition?
like,
Can you give me an example?
well, when I was directing and operating locations in Vegas, like for kiosks in the mall, and then I was in school, and I was like running my household, and he wasn't like, and he was running kiosks and locations and in the jewelry business, but he wasn't making as much money at the time, so it made him bitter, I feel like. But like, see, I'm like going
How
off
did it
one
make him?
person.
How did it make him bitter?
How did he show
How
that he
did
was
it make
bitter?
him
Yeah. How
bitter?
did it? Yeah.
Well, just like, yeah, you just sitting around the house, like he like just rude, like I don't know how else to explain bitterness. Like when somebody's bitter and they're rude and they're disrespectful, and like, but then you out
And the
and
issues that you're saying when you first met, he wasn't that way.
of course, no,
Was he making the same amount of money when y'all met?
no,
He was making more,
no,
less.
yeah. We're always making more, but then there's times where, like this, and I would notice, even if it wasn't the money, just like doing things like to implement and get to the next level of things. But he was just always like this or stagnant. During those times when he was like that, I would notice a change in his characteristic.
Do you think it
just
was him being bitter because he was making less money, or maybe that was a response to some of your behaviors?
Sometimes, okay, I've thought about that too. So I think it could be a combination. No, combination for sure.
Okay. Comes out.
Yeah, because
No, of course, like whenever you go into any relationship, it's what the person did to you, and then what you could, and when you leave, you want to know what you could have done better for the next person, of course. So I've reflected on that.
yeah, because I find it interesting that like you're attributing some of his hostility to his earnings versus is it really from his earnings if he was making generally the same amount of money when you met him, or just your behaviors that annoyed him? And then you go ahead and cope and say it's because you earn more
But
money
it
than
was
him.
like positive behaviors. It was just kind of like, yo, we're not gonna be like, we have no time to just chill and fuck around. Like, come on, let's get this. And it's trying to be motivating, but I guess it's just pressure because I don't know.
Did he sell
Is it-
drugs?
No.
Oh my god.
He
I
was running
mean,
kiosks,
like he did it. Like,
do you think
but
it's a woman's place to tell a man to, hey, let's get out there and work? Do you think that's her place?
I feel like it's a masculine thing.
see?
He should
Yeah,
do that in
but
general.
and that's for me. My dad always told me never depend on a man. So that's where I know I get my certain things from, and that's always been a thing in my relationships. Like I always, and I don't ask for help and stuff like that. But it's never been like, it's always just been uplifting though. Like whatever you want to do, come on, let's do it. Let's do it. And then I still want to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and then it's just like, I don't know. It's big in
Let me
like,
ask you this. Let's say you guys were in a relationship and he told you that you need to paint your nails a certain way, wear certain clothing, and he scrutinized everything that you wore and how you went out when you presented
Okay, I
yourself.
wasn't doing that with him.
No, but I'm saying, let's assume he did that to you. Would that be annoying?
Yeah.
So like if he told you how to be a woman, essentially, wouldn't
No,
you find
for
it
me,
like,
it was like this was a project. You don't need to do drugs. Take care of your body. do something healthy with your life. Like he
So
was
so it's okay for you to nitpick him, but you would not like it if he did it to you.
I would love for him to, because if it's something that's fucked up with me, like if I'm because this is my health, I want to look good. Like I want to make sure, like if I'm like, I was just talking about this with a friend, like if I'm overweight and you don't tell and I'm telling you or whatever, and you have those friends that are like, no girl, you still look fine, whatever. I'm like, no, like because I want to be the best version of myself.
Want
Like
a
our
truth.
bodies are temple. I want a partner that holds me accountable. If I'm have some shit that's stanky, like clean it out, the fuck. And I'm gonna do the same thing with him. So
Interesting. Very, very.
So
What,
many
you got something?
avenues there.
yes.
I'll just say this. You seem like a very like driven woman, and you know what you want, which means you don't tolerate BS. But at the same time,
I tolerate a lot of fucking shit though.
hold on. At the same time, you could also be very demanding. So that's what I just take from it. Okay, what about you? Dating life, how's it been for you? Biggest life?
It's been okay. I mean, I don't really date a lot out here.
Mm.
When I have met someone with my current partner right now, we met through a friend. And that's why it has been successful. It wasn't like at a club or anything. It was basically like a pairing. So
Was it a referral?
yes.
Referral
A
period.
good referral program.
Is it?
They
okay,
say that's the
so-
best way too, because they know
I'm
you.
Yeah.
confused. So
Yes.
you're saying that this referral program was successful.
Yes.
So why is your relationship complicated right now?
Because it's live, that's why.
Is what?
Because we're live right now, that's why it's complicated.
Wait.
Yes.
I'm confused. So on one end, you're saying the referral program was great.
Yes.
So wouldn't it make sense for you to say, yeah, the relationship is great while you're live right now versus saying it's complicated?
No, I mean, as far as like when it comes to like the details, it's complicated because we're on, other sides of the spectrum, but it's good.
Right
seem very
person,
confused.
still building.
That's
Yes.
very
Right
cryptic.
person,
Can you
still
just
here we
clarify
go.
a little bit because that doesn't make sense to me? Like that's extremely cryptic
Yeah, I
and
don't-
confusing.
I don't
Like,
So
understand.
we met through a friend, and
okay,
in that
this
sense,
was successful referral program.
yeah, and with that sense, it's been going good since, and now we're just moving forward.
Okay, so is it
What-
really complicated?
What's
then at that
complicated?
point?
Not really.
Question. You said you,
Yo, what the
Yeah,
hell,
yeah.
man?
you said you have a kid, right?
Yes, I do.
Is it harder dating with a kid? You think
It
no-
is.
nowadays? Because he has to take you and the kid too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is he serious about your kid like that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: do you feel like nowadays most people are not cool with having to deal with a kid and their partner? You would say?
Some people are not able to love anyone more than themselves. When you're dealing with a woman with a kid, you have to understand like this is a two people thing. And I don't agree that women should introduce their kids to men that they just meet, because that happens a
Mhm.
lot. They'll introduce men to their kids within like 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
All of it, double
2
life.
months. But it takes more than that. Like you have
Yep.
to make sure that you guys are compatible. You have to make sure that they're not a creep. You have to make sure there's a lot of things that come into it.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the spectrum, there's men that are like, I wouldn't date a woman with a kid because I feel like this. I feel like I am this type of person. But I mean, if you're sitting here, you're 35, you're still single, and you don't want to date a woman with a kid, when in reality, women who are 27 plus usually do have kids.
Mm.
But if you want to sit here and, say certain things, I mean, you might be missing out. But
So 3 of you have children, right? And are somewhat single or complicated. So let me ask this: do you think a woman that has a child can have the same
Yes.
requirements and demands of a man that she would when she didn't have a kid? Start here.
yes.
Yes. Okay. So standards don't go down. What about you?
Say again. What was the question?
A woman that has a kid,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you think that she can demand and require the same status of man that she wanted prior to her having that child?
Yeah.
Okay. So she doesn't have to lower standards in your
I
opinion.
think the standard probably just gets a little bit higher once
goes
you
even
have
higher.
a
Mhm.
child. It's like
Yeah.
you look for a certain type of man.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it goes down. I have 3 kids, and
'Cause you got to think about you
I have
and
3
your
kids,
child now.
and
Standards.
I have a lot of men that actually don't have kids that are still willing, to
Yeah,
date me. But like
people-
for me, I see very like I have morals, I have values, I have I guess somewhat of a checklist that you need to I need to make sure all of
So if
these
anything, you
things-
guys think the standards should stay at the same when you were single and childless, or if not, actually go up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
Yeah.
it's the safety of our kids.
Okay, now realistically speaking, do you think you qualify for that compared to other single women
I
that are
mean,
younger and don't have children?
I mean, I don't think so.
You don't
But
think you
also,
qualify?
I mean,
or not you in particular, but do you think that women that have children qualify to the same standard as someone who doesn't have kids, realistically speaking?
No, it's different. It's different.
How's it different?
Because you don't have to think about the other standard of your child. Your child is like the piece of you, but your child is a whole different person that has their own different standards.
All right, well, let me ask you
So
this.
now you're thinking of like, now you have to be on a specific standard of a man, where when you're single, it's kind of like,
Okay, hold on.
know?
Let's make this a little bit more fun, because obviously you guys are invested in this question because some of you guys are single moms. How about this? Let's say your son was going to get into a serious relationship.
Mhm.
Two options: one girl, 21, no children; other girl, 31, 2 children. Who would you tell him to get with, assuming everything else is equal? Who would you prefer your son to get with?
How old is he at that
Mm.
point?
mm-hmm.
Who would you suggest?
Let's say he's like 25, 27.
What would you suggest?
See, my son's 6, so I don't even think
like
about
whatever
these
is the
things.
healthier option, honestly.
I-
No, assuming all things are equal, both girls are the same exact person essentially, but one is a little bit older with 2 children versus the other one has no children and is younger. Who should you go with? Start here.
The one that makes him a good man and with God.
I think
Again,
Obviously, the
everything
single-
equal.
Everything equal?
Yes.
If you had to choose one,
Oh, well, I don't know. The
So
one
the
my
lo-
son
the-
wants to choose, not what I want to choose for him.
Okay.
The,
What would you
the
pick for your
love
son?
being equal, he loves the
Like
All
the
things
same,
equal.
everything same. But the only thing that's not the same is the one with kids or no kids.
So
Yep. And,
So
and she's
obviously-
older.
and age.
I think
What an age?
And she's older too. Yeah.
But then you can't say same. Obviously, go son.
The
no, I
person
would
with
tell
more
my
age
son,
is
go
gonna
with
have
the
more
one
experience.
without
So
the
here's the
baby.
thing. I love that answer that you gave. You're basically conceding that age and amount of children absolutely matters in your value. And this is kind of what you guys are dancing around, which I find is very interesting during the course of this conversation.
Mhm.
That I think you guys inherently understand that your value is intimately tied to your age and if you have children or not when it comes to how men assess you. It's just that you guys don't like admitting this.
Oh, okay.
I can agree with that.
I can tell from the stammering and the inability to answer this question.
No, I don't know. That's not my thing.
So what if it's vice versa? What if it's a 21-year-old with a baby and a 31-year-old that has no kids?
A man, you mean?
No, with a woman. If she's 31 and she has no kids and the girl's 21 with a kid and he's 25, as you say, then what is good choice?
I would say they're almost equal
Why?
because the things that men value women for, basically youth and beauty,
Mhm.
right? That's going to be more apparent in the younger woman. Though she has a kid
Mhm.
that obviously knocks her down significantly, I would say she still holds
She's
somewhat
still
similar
young.
value to the 31-year-old.
So
Mhm.
we should date older men then.
No, I'm talking about, well, yes, but that's typically what women
Okay.
are attracted to. But
Mhm.
men
Yeah.
don't like to date older women is
Yeah.
my basic
Mhm.
premise here.
I mean, if you could,
I mean, all of your boyfriends right now, complicated guy, is he older than you?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, clearly there's
See,
merit to what I'm
it
saying.
is true. He's
But I mean, but
making
then again,
sense.
okay, so you see someone, right? You meet a girl and she looks young, for example. She looks a certain age.
Uh-huh.
And she still doesn't have kids or whatever, but she looks young and she tells you how old she is and she's older than you. Would you automatically be like, no, I'm not gonna date her because she's like 3 years older than me or 5
No, he'll
years
be like,
older?
that's hot.
Is it gonna be hot in 10 years?
not him.
Well, here's the thing. Looks are great, right? Some girls are able to push the clock back, but in
Mhm.
general, older women tend to have bad habits
Like what?
that aren't reprogrammable.
baggage, a lot of trauma, a lot of red flags.
Children from prior relationships.
Children are good.
See,
For you,
And the dad that comes
Yeah.
with it.
Well, what if I say
Yeah.
I don't date men with children and I have a child? But I don't like to
You
date
don't
men
date
with
what?
children. I don't like to date men with children.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
true.
single. What if I say something like
Mhm.
that? Then
I mean, you'd be 100% within your prerogative to say that. I mean, I
but
don't
would I
think
be wrong?
I don't think men would take offense if you said that. But I find it interesting that women will absolutely take offense if a guy says, "I don't date single moms,"
I
I
mean,
wouldn't be talking to them.
I would argue that
okay.
most women don't date guys with kids.
or if they do, a lot of the times that guy brings a lot of value. He makes a good amount of money or whatever.
Successful.
So
Mhm.
women get a lot of value from being with a single father versus when a guy comes into a relationship with a single mom, at some point he's going to bear the brunt of raising that child.
I have a question. You have no
Is-
kids, right?
I have no kids.
Would you date a guy with kids?
I did.
But would you do it again?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They'll do it if they got money and they're successful. That's the difference.
It's different when money is not. Money is like the number one thing in relationships what causes turmoil. So when you're not worried about money, that's a whole thing you can take off of the table that you don't have to worry about. Kids are usually difficult when the mom and the dad don't get along or agree with each other. So when there's no mom in the picture, but there's kids, totally fine. It's just a little difficult getting along with the kids and like getting to know them. When there is a mom in the picture still, and then there is kids, you have to be able to have a good relationship with the mom because the mom has control of the kids.
So you would deal with baby mama drama.
I don't deal with baby mama drama, no. But if I can be cordial with the mom of the kids.
You're hoping that you can be.
I was, but yeah. If I'm not, then the relationship won't work.
I think for women, getting with a single father isn't as detrimental as a man getting with a single mother, because women aren't expected to come in and provide resources.
Yeah,
like we
exactly.
are. We have way more skin in the game when we get with single moms versus you guys getting in with a single dad. Right.
The single dad more so needs us.
I was about to say
the single mom want.
I'm like, thank goodness
the
for
single.
myself.
Yeah, it's
not argue. It's actually the opposite.
It's the opposite with the women.
Need you.
Yeah. So the single father. No.
And you're not expected to provide resources, which is the biggest thing. Versus as a single dad, at some point you're going to have to deal with that ugly reality that you're going to support this kid that isn't yours to some degree.
At some point.
Versus the woman.
You mean single? Yes.
Yeah. So if a guy gets with a single mom, once that relationship becomes serious, she comes with the kid.
Yep.
Versus you get with a single father. He's coming with the kid.
He's taking care of you.
But
and
he's
the kid.
He's never going to ask you for money for that kid 9 out of 10 times. Right. So I think that's the biggest difference. Women have way less skin in the game, maybe some emotional skin because you'll obviously develop a bond with that child.
Yeah.
But I would argue men rarely end relationships. So is he really going to pull that child from you? Probably not if you're a good woman.
No.
But on the other hand, single moms end relationships all the time. And then what ends up happening is not only do you have emotional investment with that kid as the man, now you have financial investment as well because you've spent money. Because at some point, as the guy, you're expected to be the breadwinner to some degree, even if it's partial.
I mean, keeping it real, all things being equal and fair, if I was going to buy a car using you, I want to buy a new car. You know? Not use.
Same. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And completely, it makes sense. That's why I think as a woman my age, at 26, single, no kids, I typically like dating people significantly older because they appreciate my youth more so than the people my age. And they also have a lot more value and wisdom that I can learn from.
Right.
So that's why I'm typically attracted to people at least like 20 years older than me. But
what's the oldest you ever dated?
58.
Woo!
He looks great.
I think that's good. I think girls should date as old as they can.
I have a friend. I'm like,
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Hold up. I can't think about that right now. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's in better shape than you.
you're-
Like you'd be surprised.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
let me ask this question.
All right, nigga.
The insecurity thing, real quick. So if you guys get a new job, right? Would it be fair to say that when you get that new job, you have to adhere to their code of conduct, uniform policy, and kind of follow their rules of the company?
Yes.
So would you tell your boss that they're insecure for implementing this code of conduct or rules and regulations?
Not if you're agreeing to work for that job, no. But then there's people that don't want to work for other people that set their own zone.
Okay, hold on, pause.
But hold on. Because
How the boss talking to me?
Yeah. So but the thing is that you will go ahead and accept these rules and regulations, a code of conduct for this job, right? Change the way that you dress and even come in with a uniform for it. Correct?
You
Yeah.
have to.
So I find it interesting that you guys won't change your behavior for a man who could potentially be your husband.
We will.
And
You were talking before that you had an issue with the way he told you to dress out in public and behavior.
I had an issue because he wasn't a
saying
provider.
babe.
He wasn't a provider. He wasn't my
Oh,
husband.
okay.
Wait, hold on. You
So it's
said
not
you
the
don't care about
issue.
money.
Well,
Huh?
You said you don't care about money.
Who said that?
You said you care about being smart.
I care about him being smart,
Man
yeah,
provides
but-
more than just money. If you just think about
Wait,
provision
wait.
in a
Don't save her. You
No,
just said
no.
earlier.
She said
Yeah,
me if
I'm a
you're-
sapiosexual. I'm attracted to people's brains and their intelligence.
Okay,
But
so
they
you
do
don't need
have
money
to,
then.
They have to have something of themselves.
Oh, so that is important.
See,
That's kind of pertinent.
you said earlier it's not important to you, but now it is.
It's always been important, but I've dated
Bro.
people with no
Yeah.
money, and I've
It's not
realized
that, it's not
I've
that she
dated
didn't say
both.
it's not important. She just omitted it though. She
yeah.
didn't like
Yeah.
she put it as intelligence as the main
Yeah.
prerequisite, but
Yeah.
the reality is the ability to provide resources is.
So I've dated guys that are significantly older than me that have been providers, and I have dated guys that are not providers, but they're mentally stimulate me to become a better person. So the guy that I was having an issue with, the one that was telling me how to dress and what to do and blah, 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 he wasn't a provider. He wasn't paying my bills.
You don't
he wasn't
So
taking care of
no
me.
respect.
Hold on. But here's the interesting thing. So you calling them insecure is 1,000% contingent on their ability to provide.
No.
This is what's showing right now. Like,
No, because I was with a man that, you know, would let me be myself and be
Yep.
me completely and
Yep.
accepted me for who I was. And I was totally okay with being with someone like that and hearing what he had to say and remedying and compromising and agreeing with what he felt in the moment was hurting him or addressing his feelings and
okay.
addressing.
But was
stuff
that
like
guy a provider?
Yes.
So that's proves my point. That's what I'm trying to say. You, because I find it interesting, right? So like, and this is very something that is exclusive to females.
Mhm.
Ugly guy comes and talks to you. Oh, this guy's a fucking creep. I take an attractive man, have him say the same exact thing to you. Oh my God, he's so charming. You guys don't really care about what's said or what's done. You care about who's doing it, who's perpetrating it. So you said, oh, this guy's insecure, right? But realistically speaking, it's not that he's insecure. It's that he's insecure and not providing for you. Versus the guy that's providing for you, you're not going to call him insecure. You're just going to say, oh, well, he's a provider. So you see like the dilemma here where I'm coming from, where women will
Provider can be
attribute negative.
insecure,
Hold on.
though, too.
Yeah,
Women will attribute
exactly.
negative connotations or pejorative terms to an individual based on who they are versus their actions. Does that make sense?
I get where you're coming from, but I also would call the guy that I was dating a provider, that guy that was amazing. I would call him out on things that he would do too, but he would fix them instead of just argue with me about it. He would take into consideration what I was saying. Like, for example,
So,
he was
now
really-
that guy you're saying was a provider too? I thought you said he
No,
wasn't
no,
a
no.
provider.
No. The guy that was a provider, I
Yep.
would communicate things that he would say, like insecurities, like if something came up, we would communicate with it to each other and we would like understand, remedy, compromise.
But hold
Oh,
on.
okay. So hold on. So let me just so I get this right. Guy that you mentioned originally with insecurity.
Yeah.
He had these issues with the way that you dress and address customers,
Mhm.
but he wasn't a provider. So therefore, you can't tell me shit. Fair enough. The other guy, he also had issues. He would tell you, you guys would communicate, but he was a provider and you were more receptive to hearing him out. However, you would tell him your issues and he would listen to you. Is that accurate?
We would vice versa tell each other's issues. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wouldn't take your issues seriously and act on him like you did on his. Fair?
No, he would. He would take my issues seriously.
Oh, he would. Okay. Didn't you just say a second ago that he wouldn't?
Okay, sorry. Let's call one guy A and one guy B. B guy was the Mormon guy. He was the provider. He was an amazing person.
Yep.
He was 26 years older than me.
Okay.
We would talk and communicate and understand each other. I was very young and naive at the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of
But
things
you were
that-
receptive to his
I was
to
more
his
receptive
things.
to him because I felt like he had good intentions.
Okay. Was he receptive to you as you were to him?
Yes.
Okay, he was.
hmm
Okay. So then what's the wrong?
So-
That's
so
B,
B.
or A?
B. So B is the bad guy.
Okay, go ahead.
B.
I'm confused now.
Me too.
Dang.
Listen.
Sorry.
Listen,
No, I'm following. Keep going.
Following?
Yeah.
Okay. A was the great guy,
Yep.
the Mormon guy,
Yep. Provider. Yep.
provider. B was the guy that we were like extremely great business partners. We worked really well together. We would mesh each other's minds together. We would always.
But he wasn't a provider.
No, he wasn't. He was very successful.
Okay.
He was very successful. He had, no worry about money or anything at all. But he
So-
never.
Wait, so he had money, but he wasn't a provider?
No, he wasn't.
he
So
does-
he was the type of person that would never go out his way to like try to like give me anything if it wasn't for like a special occasion or something like that.
Right.
He was like very like.
so I could break it down for you real quick.
Mhm.
One person I respect, one person didn't. So when he told you something, you have respect for him. So you listen to him and you obeyed pretty much. The other guy, no respect. Pretty much. That's it.
Basically, it was a respect thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she didn't respect one guy, and one guy she respected.
But have you ever thought to yourself the other guy had the capability of being a provider, but
We
He was-
talked about it. No, it just wasn't.
One guy
his thing.
showed it, one guy just like had it. But
yeah,
he
but
didn't
what I'm
really show
saying
it.
is that like have you ever thought to yourself maybe he wasn't a provider because of your disobedience?
No, because even when I was obedient and when I was reciprocating everything that he wanted, there was different.
And how long did you do that for?
It wasn't like a full year and a half of that. I was like all into our relationship, like 100%. And then little things started happening where I was just like, this is not my person. And I kind of just fell out of love over time after realizing like, I think I was trying to make him something he wasn't. And I thought he was someone I wasn't. He was like this superhero, like amazing person I put on a pedestal. And then really getting to know him over time, I was like, wow, this guy isn't my superhero. He's a great person. He's really smart and everything, but I'm not the love of his life.
Well, you said you had a conversation with him about him providing. And what did he say when you had that conversation? Why did he explain to you why he didn't want to provide?
Well, we dated for like almost 3.5 years. We always kept our separate houses, separate finances, separate everything. And I was like, why do we do this? Like, we're wasting so much money. Like, why don't we have the same house? Like, why don't we get the same, like.
What was his explanation every time?
He just said he wanted to wait till we got married, basically.
He didn't see you as important. That's all.
No.
And he never proposed to you?
No.
You think it's really his problem then or yours?
Well, he was cheating on me. I didn't ever bring that up. He was cheating on me and he was very abusive domestically.
Oh.
So.
He was cheating on you
That's the
whole
reason.
time?
That's the reason. Yeah.
He basically used you, pretty much.
Yeah. I was naive. I was young.
Did he end up marrying the other girl?
No. He hasn't remarried. He was with a girl before me for 8 years and didn't marry her.
He's having fun right now. That's it.
Got problems.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
It's not my problem
I think
anymore.
I think the thing here that's really important is like girls tend to blame the guy for like not committing or not, being a provider or whatever. But what I've realized kind of is like girls never point the finger at themselves and be like, well, maybe something's wrong with me and he didn't want to commit to me. It's always they're toxic, they're abusive, they're terrible. But it's like, I mean, we just went through this whole insecurity thing. Like, I find it interesting that you guys wouldn't call your employer insecure for giving you a code of conduct. But if your guy employed some level of boundary on the way you behave, that's considered insecure.
Well, it's just because what you go into the relationship, like how you meet that person, how you are when you meet that person is how they should accept you. They shouldn't, if you're trying to change somebody after a month or so of dating them, that's not the person you want. You're just trying to make them someone they're not.
Do you think most women are wife material in the West today?
I don't think wife material
Yes or no?
no.
What about you?
But I don't think husband
No.
material is the thing
I
No.
either.
know.
What about you? No?
That's why I
I don't.
said
So hold on.
vice
So
versa.
if you guys agree with me that most women are not wife material in the United States as they come, wouldn't it be fair to say that men typically have to come in, get a girl, and make her a wife?
Same thing with a husband though. Most
Yeah.
men.
Really?
We
Yes.
literally just agreed
Hold
on
on.
that. I
Stop.
think men
Stop.
too.
Hold on. How many of you want a man that's a leader?
Yes.
Yes.
So how the fuck are you going to teach him how to be a man?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm leaving and I'm finding someone
So
that
isn't it
is.
a leader's job to lead you to be the best woman that you can be?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's completely healthy and practical, especially in 2024, to come in as a man and get rid of a lot of bad habits that modern women have. However, it doesn't go the other way around where you could tell him what to do because he's a leader.
Why
But
waste your time with a woman if you don't want her? Like, I guess men put women in brackets or in like certain
Sure.
things, right?
Of course.
So what are those things that they put them in? Like after you know a woman for like, I don't know. You're in a
Well,
date
yeah,
or
I
you're
mean,
out,
there's
like,
there's two boxes, very simple. It's sex only category or relationship.
uh-huh.
And typically when a guy meets you, he's going to put you in one of these categories, right? He might do it in a day, he might do it in a few months, but the point is that you're going to get put in one of these categories.
Mhm.
And what I would say is that it's your job to make sure you get put in the wife category by obeying him. But the problem is that modern women, kind of like you guys, no offense, don't really respect male authority or masculinity in general. And you guys think, oh, we're equal. Like I have the ability to tell a guy he's insecure for putting boundaries and standards on me. And like with you earlier, you literally said, hey, I have boundaries. Like I don't want a guy to cheat on me. And that's fine, I guess. But whenever men implement boundaries, it's considered insecure, toxic, or some other negative
No.
term.
Well, we never came.
touched on that
We
yet.
never
We haven't
came back
touched
to
on that yet.
me.
We said the
on-
whole insecurity on like when there's the competition and they start talking to you and making you feel belittled instead of trying to uplift you.
Well, why are you
There's that
competing with
certain
your
type
man
of-
in an arena that you're not supposed
There's
to be
no
competing?
competition. I'm just saying when you get with a woman that also is just like an entrepreneur or she has like dreams for herself.
Yeah, but do you think?
And also
Hold
can do the
on.
whole-
Do you think men care about that? Realistically speaking, do you think men care about your personal success?
That's why.
No, men are supposed to lead. We never got back to
Hmm.
where like
I don't know. I've met men that really that's actually what they've been attracted to.
Let me be blunt about this. We don't give a shit about your title, your education, or your career.
That's
We
true.
don't at
Yeah.
all. We really don't give a fuck. And some guys might lie in the beginning and say, "Oh, that's so
well, they all
cool,"
suck.
but
I'm over it.
they don't care. Like, you can't because girls love to flex their education and their status, and it's like, okay, that's like me. What if I told you I got 30 pairs of Jordans in my closet? What would you say to that?
Amazing.
Do you care?
Come on,
man.
bro.
You care about it, then I should care about it.
Yeah, but do you actually?
I don't know.
It's
Okay, that's how we feel about your career. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say we never came back to the insecurity thing on
Mhm.
my, like, when I dated, the insecurities came from my faults, and that's like we hit them, and then the topic just went. But I know that
Well, you didn't say that when I asked earlier.
we never got back to me.
You guys said we're thinking, and you guys couldn't come up with anything.
No, well, she went, and then she went on her tangent on the A and B, and
No, because I literally asked twice. Give me an example of how men
Yeah.
are insecure, and neither of you can really come with an example.
and then
She came with one kind of with the
well, when she
competing.
kind of went, that's when I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I know that because with my ex of 8 years, I know that it came from the faults that I had in the relationship, and I had my indiscretions, and that's where like the trust was broken, and you really can't come back from that.
Okay, so how was he insecure then?
No,
you
that
said
was
it
my
was your
fault.
insecurities
Okay, so
that
you're-
made him
okay.
insecure.
All right, because when you were agreeing earlier
was
with them, you do understand that, like when we were having a discussion before, it was about men being insecure, and you were in agreement with them that men are insecure. And then I
Yeah.
said, "Can you guys give me an example?" She gave a few
And then I
with
said-
like
and then you
talking to
said-
her man or talking to customers and the way she dresses. She gave men want to compete, and then you couldn't give me one. So that's why.
Yeah, we never.
Okay, so
yeah, you said, and you're
you-
saying it was your insecurities.
No, not my insecurities. Like
Mhm.
I know that the insecurities came from me and from my mistakes.
okay.
And then the mistakes that I made, like I guess in his eyes, they were never like really forgivable because he never really like.
Okay, so
he said he forgave me, but then it would end up being like him taking things out on me, and then him being mean and aggressive, and that
That's
was
true.
and
Oh,
it
so
stemmed
something
from
to
it
break
stemmed
the
from my
boundary or
mistakes.
trust.
So
Yeah.
it's like kind of like
all
what he
right, so
thought
you're
he
not in
did.
agreement with them then that men are insecure,
Mm,
I
even
don't
though you
think,
were
yes,
earlier.
I don't think
no.
all men are
I
insecure.
retract.
I think some men. I've been with very
Sure.
secure men
Yeah.
that are, like have no.
But you do see that the argument
Okay.
that I'm making, I don't think that's insecurity. Like telling a girl how to dress, how she communicates with customers, etc. I look at that as nothing more than a code of conduct. Like, look, let me kind of say this in a way that would make more sense. When you get with a man, you basically become the employee. Now, I know a lot of women don't like to hear this because you guys are all strong and
Yeah.
independent after listening to Beyonce for the past 10 years.
I was
I don't like
say.
That whatever. The
Okay,
point
wait,
is that
lemonade though.
this-
Hold on.
this feminist rhetoric and mindset of the past 20 to 30 years that women have employed to kind of like substantiate their behaviors. Oh yeah, like I'm strong and independent. I don't need a man. I kind of have a man, because I want to. I think you guys forget that when you come into a relationship with a man, you're basically the employee. He's supposed to be the employer, assuming he's a leader like you guys want. So when you come in and deal with this guy, sure, you were one way when you met him, but then it's on you to change and get on his program so that you get wifed up. But the problem is a lot of you women think, I'm going to continue to be the same person I was when I met him, and hopefully I'll get the ring. And then next thing you know, 2 years later, he's not providing for you, or he doesn't want to commit because it's complicated, or you're in a relationship and he's getting annoyed by you, right? Walking out the house. And I don't think women understand that you have to change when you get with a guy, right? If you want to move up the totem pole, say I hire you at a,
Yeah, be
prestigious law
submissive.
firm.
Make sure. Look, I was
Well-
doing
well,
all
here's the
that
thing.
stuff too.
I hire, let's say I run a, let's say I
But
run a
it's
law
like
firm.
you want the woman to. You want her to like.
Can I finish my point?
Let's be
let me
realistic.
finish my
though.
point here. Let me
Okay.
finish my point.
Okay.
If you want to work at a prestigious law firm and you
Mhm.
get hired, right? You get hired at one point, right? And you want to move up the ladder, you want to become partner. Well, more duties are going to come to you, more responsibilities are going to come to you. You need to move up the ladder through your merit, right? Same thing with women. If a guy's very attractive and high status, a lot of people are applying for his law firm. You have to show some level of competence and be an asset to that law firm to move up and eventually make partner. The problem is that most women think I'm going to continue to do what I've done and I should make partner, and that's just not how it works. That's why so many women perpetually stay single. Because you guys only care about what you want, but you don't necessarily care about what the man wants. Like, for example, with you, you've highlighted a lot of your personal careers and accolades. We don't give a fuck about none of that.
They don't.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
if
yeah,
a man
but-
wants
It
to do
sounds
something,
bad,
he's
but
gonna
it's true,
do it.
though.
Like,
No,
we don't care
I'm
about that.
processing
He's
it.
gonna
Because
get
women
it.
can
He's
come in
gonna
with
get
But let me
nothing.
ask
What
you
if
this
I went
then.
on? What if I went on a bunch of first dates with girls and I just told them how handsome I was and how much time I spent getting ready? They'd look at me like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
Some people do that.
yeah, but do women find these men attractive?
So all men that you're
That's my
saying
point.
that
Like,
that
if I
they're
went out-
able to be
hold
a
on,
leader
stop.
and
Hold on.
provide.
Do you see what I mean here when I say women use traits that men don't give a shit about to try to rationalize their behavior and why they deserve a guy? Versus like, that's like me going on every single date and saying, I spent 2 hours to get ready. I got 30 pairs of Jordans and, you know, I did fashion week. Like I ran down the runway. You'd be like, the fuck? Okay, that's good for you. But how the fuck does this benefit me?
But every conversation is not like that. You don't know who you're, speaking to or going out with. I mean, as a general idea, I see what you're saying, but that's not everyone.
No, but what I'm trying to say is in modern society, that's what women lead with is their careers and their titles and how much money they earn and their ability to be independent.
When they're talking to men who probably make less than them or something like that, they might want to.
Well, whose fault is that?
That's their fault. They might want to boost themselves up. I mean, that's probably all it is.
You were trying to say something from before?
Yeah, you were saying like the woman should, if they want to move up and get the ring, obviously, they have to change certain things. And that still happens too. I feel like there's been women in situations where they do that and then the man still can't be the provider or leader. And I feel like providing in today's world, like if you
well, who picks the man?
The woman. No, the man. The man picks the woman. The man's
missing.
But the man misses the rib. The woman is the rib. Bitch, don't chase. Like that's where we get shit fucked up.
Wait.
Yeah.
Say that again.
The man is the one without the rib. The woman is the rib. The man is the one to search for what he's supposed to like look for. And
yeah, but if you say no, it's no. I can't force you. So it's still. Hold on. Think about this. She had her man, right? That was not providing for 3 years. She stayed. She chose to stay. That was her choice.
Yeah, I think it's guys both choice. Men and women.
Responsibility says that you made that choice to stay or leave, right?
Yes.
So ultimately, it's your choice.
And so, but a man too chooses to stay or not.
Yeah, but we don't end relationships. It's women overwhelmingly that end relationships. About 80% of relationships are ended by women. Marriage, everything.
We make irrational decisions when we're upset.
If you notice, every guy that you chose,
based off of emotion,
pretty much that you chose, you chose a guy to stay or to leave. You chose a guy, good or bad. Didn't make a lot of money, wasn't successful, wasn't smart. You chose a guy.
I mean, controversial take here.
It's true.
I think this is why arranged marriages have been a thing for so long because women suck at picking their own partners.
That's true.
It's
you guys
better
absolutely
statistically, actually.
If I had a daughter, I'd be picking her guy. Deadass.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to be that smart of the world itself. It's dangerous out there. Very dangerous. So.
No, I mean, it's like older, like cultures. That's what they do.
So you
also, we understand men very well. So like, if he's a piece of shit, he's pretending to be good to you right now. We'll see it.
Do you have a kid?
No, I have a dog. Rough.
Nice.
Well, the other example I want to give why I came to this, well, I've had this conclusion for a while, but if you guys noticed earlier, you guys, one of your complaints was that men are bullies and rude. And then I asked, well, okay, what's one of the traits that these men have? And you guys said that they're successful, right? And they have money. And what I've realized is that women will typically pick assholes because they're emotionally satisfying. They kind of get their emotions up and down, and that's what women yearn for in a relationship. There's a reason why you guys read these stupid ass novels, and love to imagine things in your head. And one way to kind of curb that is you need a man, right? That's rationally sound, aka your father, that has your best interests at heart, to put you with a guy that he might be boring or square, but he'll probably be a good provider. He'll be good to you. He'll be boring, maybe missionary sex, but the relationship will last. But the problem is that when women are, allowed to select their own mate, you guys typically make terrible decisions.
Yes.
I agree with that.
So
it comes from upbringing too, because I know other women that, like, depending on their household upbringing, what they've experienced, they have good choice.
Well, this is the importance of a father too. I think a lot of women grow up in fatherless households. But I think dads need to take a more active role in like helping their daughters find men.
100%.
They do.
And we're not saying that it's only your fault, because a lot of guys are here not worth anything in any way. They're like not doing their jobs, not trying to progress any further. So it's tough to find a good mate nowadays. However, if you choose those bad people, you're gonna get bad results. That's what it is.
Yeah.
True.
So the bad boys that you guys want are maybe tall, maybe good looking. They're fun, but like long term, probably not good for you. And need the drugs.
But sometimes,
The drugs are bad too.
yeah. Sometimes you have to experience those people that really hurt you and really break you, so you can appreciate the really amazing people that come into your life.
I disagree, because now you have trauma. So the first guy that you met,
But you can heal from trauma. You can learn from trauma.
It's always still there though.
Yeah, but why
doesn't
do
go
keep
away.
yourself
You
like
can you can heal through it. Like sometimes, you know, the heartbreak you felt when you're in high school, like, oh my God, like you broke up with me, you're so heartbroken. But you didn't realize that that guy like didn't treat you good and I was an asshole. But you realize you take that experience and you meet a guy that's actually sweet to you and nice to you. It makes you appreciate that sweet person, that nice person. That
I'd argue it
genuine
makes you
person.
not appreciate him even more.
Really, I
Yeah.
feel like I've been the complete opposite.
No, yeah, I think you could appreciate like, yeah, the man more because when you get another man to step in and show you things the other man didn't,
Really?
you
So why is
wanna
the
nurture
phrase
him
"nice
more.
men finish last" a big thing? Why do nice guys chronically struggle to date and meet women?
Because
with-
women are always searching that like bad boy that's
I'm not.
I'm not.
You
Yeah.
take his badass back home.
Yeah, that's what you guys say. But
Take
like,
him back.
and then it
Realistically
comes and then
speaking-
you're like,
of my track record.
yeah,
You
like
can
you
look at
guys
my
say
track
that. Like,
record.
here's another thing, man. That's really okay. How do I say this? Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. I don't treat women as equal. I tweeted the other day, it went viral. I said you can either understand women or you can respect them, but you can't do both. And the reason why I say that is I trust you guys to be women, which is act like children, not have any kind of accountability, make bad decisions, and then immediately infantilize yourself and try to get appeasement from society and feel sorry for you. Versus like with men, when we make our mistakes, we typically have to eat it and we got to deal with consequences. With you guys, you can always say, oh, I didn't know, I'm a victim.
yeah,
And society will feel sorry for you. And I
we
look
get
at
more
it,
grace.
I look at it like since women, you know, lack accountability in many different things, especially within relationships with men, I'm just not going to give you guys the authority in the first place. I'm just going to go ahead and understand you guys move a certain way and behave a certain way. So I need to be the leader and just kind of guide you through everything. So this is why I'm a big proponent when a guy meets a girl, you kind of got to let her know what the program is up front and let her know, take it or fucking leave it.
Yeah.
Because the other issue is that in modern society, I don't think a lot, like we discussed before, I don't think many women are wife material. A lot of you guys have bad habits. You talk back. You don't respect male authority. You think you're equal to your guy. Think you could, you know, motivate him or whatever it may be, or tell him what to do. And with that said, I do see your perspective because a lot of guys are idiots. But I think for men, they need to kind of step up and understand that women are the inferior gender, and we need to step up and be leaders in every way. Because realistically speaking, you guys are emotional, erratic, and make a lot of bad decisions. And we have only ourselves to blame if we put you guys in a leadership role in the relationship and it goes to fucking shit, right? If I give children dynamite, right, and they blow their hands off, though the children, you know, bear a little bit of responsibility for blowing their hand off, it's ultimately my fault for giving them something that blew their hand off because I know better and I'm supposed to be the leader. That's how I look at women. And I know that sounds like a very fucked up way to look at it, but I think this is the way that it's worked for most human history, where men were in leadership roles and led women in relationships.
How
last
do
longer.
you think the men are leaders today's age? Looking at it, you can,
They're not,
exactly.
which I understand
you.
some of your gripes,
Thank you.
but this is what I'm saying. We need
Now
to go
that's
back.
why the women are overly masculine and the men are feminine as fuck. Like it's weird. I'm confused.
But at
You're
the same
correct
time,
there.
then why are the women trying to date these feminine? Like, if you
There
know
you
that
go.
that's not what you're looking for, then that's why I'm not dating. You know, like
They
I've
wanna
gone,
boss them around. They wanna
I've
boss
gone
them
on
around.
dates, but
Well,
I
she
just,
said earlier project, right? Or was it you?
Me.
Someone said project.
Projects.
I think a lot of girls
Not
like
doing
that
that no
idea
more.
of making guy
That-
project,
that
which is
used to
actually
be.
very
Yes,
bad.
it's
Yeah.
very
I can
bad.
change him. I can do this.
Yeah, no,
Not
he can't.
even
He's his own
change
man.
him, just more
he's
like
already set.
helping him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think it's also interesting because, like, the man that you're talking about, the man that's going to lead and provide and to guide his relationship and lead them together as a couple,
Mhm.
you don't see many of that type of man.
Is it you don't
nowadays.
see many of them, or a lot of women?
you're not choosing.
A lot of women don't have the, how do I say this? Their wherewithal to follow that guy.
No, because there's levels. Like I've dated a few men, and
How many is a few?
like five,
Okay.
5, 6.
Or maybe he didn't even want to give you that opportunity because he just saw something that he didn't like.
No, like my high school sweetheart. Like he always just envisioned himself just like working in a kitchen, like working. He never had higher goals for himself. So I had to leave that relationship because I knew that's not where I wanted to be. So I dated someone of a higher caliber that had higher goals for themselves. And I
Was
don't
that the
think
guy that you're in a relationship with for 3 years, right?
the Mormon guy?
Not the Mormon, the one that was providing for you, but he was cheating?
That guy. No, not that guy. The Mormon guy I was with right after. I was like 19 when I met him.
So he was this way that I'm explaining. He told you what to do and everything.
he was very much a leader in our relationship.
Yeah.
But I was also very young and naive at the time. I wasn't ready to be.
So you had it and you fumbled the bag, basically.
No, he fumbled the bag.
Oh, how'd he fumble?
Well, he went through like a little midlife crisis, and he went to Thailand and went there for a year and did a lot of things in Thailand. So yeah.
Okay, tell me. I love a woman who uses this term midlife crisis. Can you explain to me what is a midlife crisis and what did he do in Thailand specifically?
Well, he just had a midlife crisis because there were so many things happening at once, like with his divorce settlement. His nephew killed himself.
Okay.
Well, no, he left Earth. Yeah.
Huh?
He left Earth.
It's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. His business was going down the drain, and he had like all these settlements coming in. He was just going through the most hardest time of his life, and he just needed to escape, and he left and went to Thailand for a year because he was running from like the lawyers and stuff. And yeah, that's what he did.
And what did you do while he was going through this?
I was there with him, like when he was here in America, Vegas.
So you didn't go to Thailand with him?
No.
So he went there for a year and stayed there for a year.
He went there for a little bit longer than a year. We broke up right before he left.
Oh.
So then he went for like a year and a half or so.
Okay, so you broke up with him when he was going through the worst time?
No, it was just like a period of like a year and a half to 2 years that he was going through all this stuff. So
Were you nurturing
our
him?
relationship was like 2.5 years.
Were
Yeah.
you nurturing him?
Yeah, but like me being 19 years old at the time.
So you weren't ready for the relationship.
I just didn't know how to. His kids. So we had 4 kids.
You didn't know how to nurture.
I love them, but his kids were molesting each other. One of his older kids was molesting his other younger kids. And I have 13 siblings. I'm the oldest. I didn't want to be responsible for the things that his kids was doing around my siblings. Because it just kind of directly, you put yourself in a situation like that, it's going to happen. So I didn't really know what to do at that point. I was waiting for that. I knew it was coming. Yeah, I just didn't know. I was naive.
All right, so you left him. All right.
Yeah.
So you had that and then you left him because of these other things. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was
okay.
lost.
And
yeah.
then the other guy, you said he was cheating on you.
Yeah, but I don't think I should have stayed in that. Like I already saw all the red flags. I knew what was there. I knew what was happening, but I was like running from something else. So that's why I stayed in that relationship so long, because it was.
It seems to me like for a lot of you guys, cheating is a non-negotiable.
No, it wasn't a non-negotiable for me.
Like you said you broke up with him because of it.
Because of the way he did it. Like I wanted us to experience and explore together, but it was the hiding, like the hiding and the manipulation.
The lies.
Okay,
the
so what if he
lies.
walked in and said, "Hey, babe, I want to fuck some other bitches"? What would you say to that?
I say, let's go do it
Oh,
No.
you would.
Together.
together.
No. But he would say, "No, I don't want you there. I'm just gonna do it."
I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of weird because like we're in a relationship. Like, if you want to go do that by yourself, then go do that by yourself. But like, I was all
So you don't care about it being open. You just want it to be
honest
involved.
I don't want to like
Okay, let's say you meet a guy now and he says, "Look, I want multiple women." What would you say?
now.
Yeah.
Like if I was single, I'm
Yeah.
not single right now.
Yeah.
But
Let's say Bumble guy tomorrow. Hey, I just want to let you know I want to have other women. What would you say?
if that's what he's into, I'm not like closed-minded to it. Like I'm all for like having fun.
Yeah, but
and
how would you
having
react to my
experiences.
question?
Barely knowing him.
Yeah. Well, it's been 6 months, right?
Oh, right now, like the guy that I'm with right now. if he
Yeah,
said he
If
wanted
he,
to be with-
if he came up tomorrow and said, "Yo, I want other chicks," what would you say?
I would say let's go try it. But
No, but he's like, "I want to do it myself."
See, you know,
See, like, bro, this
whenever you
this
talk,
crazy, man.
you know what I hear?
Also,
I hear
the
me. That's all I hear. I don't hear what he wants. It's about what I want. You know that?
I mean,
Men that have multiple women is always ran low key by one woman though,
yeah,
and it's the original. And then all the other girls are just like the add-ons, and they agree to it. So she's saying if she gonna get a man, obviously she's gonna be the main
So,
one.
wait, so you're saying that like guys that have multiple women always have a main?
they usually
Yes.
do.
Mhm.
The one that
Yes.
does everything.
That's true.
So-
And the one
The
that
ones that are
organizes everything.
functioning and like literally they all love each other and they can live in a household and it's actually like it works for
I've seen it
them.
work.
I've
yeah.
seen it. I've
So,
seen
question: if you know and
There-
understand this,
it's true though.
if you know and understand this, why is a guy cheating on you? Like because you said before that's a non-negotiable.
For me, if there's a man that's okay with that, what is my boundary? Not honesty, transparency. Let me know that shit, what you need, what you like.
you would
and
leave
if-
But
him.
that's not what you
if
guys
it-
want.
But
But you would leave him though,
exactly. But
right?
I'm saying
Yeah.
if he's transparent with me and he tells me that from the beginning, okay, that's not something I'm cool with. But
So the relationship
we'll have-
won't
it
go
would
anywhere.
never even start.
Okay, so do you see?
Entiendes?
Do you see now why guys lie to you then?
I think
Okay,
If
well,
you're
what
admitting
the
that,
fuck?
like, I want transparency, but I will punish you for said transparency.
There's no punishment. It's hey, it's just not gonna work.
So then why
out.
deal
But what
with
if
the
you
man in the
accept it?
first?
If they
Why
tell you at
deal
the
with the man
beginning,
in the-
hey, I talk to other people, you're like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna keep you right here like this. We're only
That's
gonna
just
talk
some
like this. We're
weirdo
never gonna
shit
take it any
because you
further.
have a
But
headache
the person you said that
getting
you would be
with a
with, the
girl
person that
that's
you would
like
sleep with.
this, and then you cheat and do all that shit.
So let me
when you
get this
just tell
straight.
them,
You
when
want
if you were a
transparency?
confident ass man, you're gonna find bitches that are gonna be okay with that, and you're gonna be happy. But no, you want to lie and get with somebody that you know that doesn't match to
Yeah.
the
Hold
same
on, hold on, hold on,
standards
hold
and
on.
lie to a
Hold on.
woman.
Did you not hear
and then you
yourself
get the crazy bitch out
like
of
80
it. Like
seconds
that's
ago?
where that get me
Wait.
fucked up.
Did you not hear? But you literally said, "I want transparency."
Okay.
Gives you said transparency. You leave him.
But there's
So-
no. This is like dating. Like you're getting to know a person. It's not
So
like
okay,
we're
hold
not
on,
even
stop real
together.
quick.
Then
This is
we're not
where
together.
this is why I say women lack
It's like-
logic. You understand that if you want something
Okay.
and you disincentivize that something by giving them a negative reinforcement, they're not going to give you that
It
something.
shouldn't be negative when you're just getting to know somebody. You just tell them what you like, what you want, what's your dreams, how your life you think, and you do the same thing when you're meeting somebody.
a
Or
ma-
you, I don't get it.
But
I'm
if a
confused.
man
Okay.
is
So
gonna wipe
I
you
get what she's
up,
saying, but the problem is that like
I'm not looking for any man either.
Hold on.
Or
Okay, you
whatever.
don't want
Just,
that, right?
okay, like,
you don't want a
I'm
guy
this
that
old, now I
has
should get with
multiple
somebody.
girls. But the problem is, if he knows that you're gonna leave, why would he tell you the truth?
I'm saying when you're just getting to know somebody and why would you lie in the beginning anyways though? It just doesn't make
Because he
sense.
doesn't want you to leave.
You lie in the beginning. You put makeup on. Like, yo, look.
I do
Look.
today
Okay,
because
here's
I
the
had
thing.
to
Look.
for work, but I don't really
See,
wear makeup.
if we're gonna talk about lying, let's get one thing fucking out here. Women are by far way more deceptive than men are. You guys wear heels, tops to show your boobs in a certain way.
Wigs.
You guys wear wigs, makeup, eyeliner, all this shit. Like, I would argue women are far more deceptive than men are when it comes to the things that make them attractive, right? Like, as a guy, we typically have to have skin in the game. We got to pay for the first date, invite you, everything else like that. In general, a lot of the things that you see about us are fairly congruent to some degree. With you guys, everything about you guys, feminine mystique and deception. So if you guys want honesty and transparency, I would argue men are far more transparent than women in a multitude of different things, way more than you guys are. Like, women don't want you to know their body count. We don't know when you guys are in heat. We don't know if you got makeup on or not. You guys wear wigs. You guys wear heels. All these things that, deceive men, but that's considered okay in society. But if men don't want to disclose, hey, look, I maybe want to have other women because I'm going to get a negative consequence of saying that, you guys look at that as that's deceptive.
I think it also depends on the age of the women that are dating, because I feel like women that are young, like in their mid-20s, it's harder for men to be honest and open with you
Okay,
guys.
so let me ask you this then. Seems like a lot of you guys have high standards, right? With men, would that be fair?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Right? Because you guys want a guy that's a leader and a provider.
I've
Yeah?
I've dated people that aren't providers.
Yeah, but
Okay,
they're
yes
not
or
here.
no?
Doesn't matter if
But
you
yeah,
dated them. You're not with them
You
anymore.
want
Yes
a
or no?
guy that's a leader for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you've dated with these guys, but you're not with them. So that proves my point that you want a leader provider, right?
Mhm.
So
The
would it be fair
provider
to say
part,
that's
though.
hard to find?
I'm sorry?
Would it be fair to say that finding a leader and a provider and a guy that exhibits these traditional masculine qualities is hard to find in 2024?
Mhm.
Yes? Yes?
Yes and yes.
No,
I mean-
no. They're out there. It depends on where you are.
Exactly where
Is
you're
Mr.
looking.
Complicated one of these guys? So why is it complicated?
It's my own
They're
personal
building
thing.
and growing.
So does Mr.
I
Complicated
understand.
fulfill all your requirements?
Mm-hmm.
So is it
Get it.
so if he fulfills all your requirements, I mean, this is what I kind of assumed earlier is that he just doesn't want to commit.
That's not true.
Then what makes it
So
complicated?
what's stopping you?
If he meets all your requirements and you like him, but you're saying that it's not that he doesn't want to commit, then what actually makes it complicated?
There's other things too. I mean, as far as like I don't mind distance and stuff like that, but there's a I guess not longevity, but it's just the timing needs to be perfect.
Are you worried?
Of course. I'm a parent.
I'm still confused because you're saying that he meets her higher requirements, but it's complicated.
Is it because of your kid?
Is he still
Yeah.
dating somebody else?
So you're nervous about bringing him around everything so soon?
It's about merging everything together. Like there has been even, we've talked about it, stuff like that. It's bringing everything together. Like I said, I don't introduce my kid to people just off the back.
Yep.
I can date someone for 2 months. And if I don't feel like there's something there, guess what? Then no. And that's not the case here. It's just everything all together needs to be set for me.
But remember, he
personally.
asked you, does he meet all your requirements, including being with your kid? So he doesn't meet that yet.
He meets it. It's still like a process for me because it's like I said, I'm a
You don't
single
just want to
parent.
change your kids.
And that means
whole
that means
lifestyle.
moving, that means merging households, stuff like that. And when you're coming from
And how long y'all been together?
We're talking.
A year?
mm-hmm.
That's perfect. Because I always say I'm gonna wait a
You
year.
just sure it's a year?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you all this. So it seems like you guys all have fairly high standards, and it's hard to find a guy that has these things. Knowing that this guy is rare, would you guys accept that he might cheat on you from time to time?
I accept it, honestly.
Yeah, would you accept it?
I accept that
Honestly, yeah.
people
You would
aren't-
accept
sounds
it?
messed up. I feel like all men cheat.
What about you? Would you accept it?
I think, yeah, because people make mistakes. And
It's not a mistake.
I mean,
It's not a mistake.
It's not a purpose.
You
I mean,
intentionally wanted to fuck
yes
somebody
and
else.
no, but I mean, also, shit happens. I've been the one to make the mistake. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, was I fully there? I mean, yeah, but I made the mistake, and we did try to write it out. Did it work? No, because ultimately, I'm the one that broke the trust. So, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, honestly speaking, I think if a woman cheats, it's a way
It's a
bigger
done deal.
problem than when the man cheats. I don't think
Yeah.
women deserve
Women,
second
it's
chances
emotional.
with infidelity whatsoever. I think men do, but women don't.
Men, it's
agree.
not emotional.
Because it is emotional. Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Would you accept infidelity from your guy since you have these high standards? You want a provider and older.
Yes.
You would accept it,
Yes.
even if you're not involved.
Even if I'm not involved. But it's
Okay, so your prerequisite is he tells you up front.
I just need to know up front
Mhm.
what I'm expecting
Dealing
from
with.
this person.
Transparency.
But realistically
So you
speaking,
should
knowing
deal with it or
that
not.
most women punish men for telling the
So,
truth
like-
about this, wouldn't it be fair to say that he probably won't tell you and then you might catch him cheating? And then if you do catch him cheating, you guys have that conversation?
So it's the cheating. Like if you want to be with other people, communicate, like you need something, you're looking for something. I just don't want you fucking all these people raw and bringing something back to me. Like be safe, be
That's fair.
proactive about
That's fair.
what you're doing. Like don't put me in a situation where my health is in danger because you weren't thinking about me. Like I know that I can't fulfill every single need from you, from any person. Not one single person can fulfill every need you have. So I know that whether it's mental or physical, there's going to be other people in his life that are going to fulfill the needs that I can't. I just want us to be able to be open about our desires and our wants and needs. And
Well, knowing now that you have high standards and most guys aren't going to be honest about this when they first meet you, are you more willing now to have that conversation? Like, look, bringing this up in the beginning, I'm okay with you having other women, but you need to practice safety. Or would you not even bring that up? You want him to bring it up?
I don't mind talking. I talk about everything. But also I think it's like important for him to realize like that I have needs too. So if you're not meeting my needs, then I'm going to have
Again, you know what I hear? Me. Again, what does he want? Do you even care?
him. He
No.
can do what he wants to do.
You're getting what you want. Why can't he get what he wants?
He is getting what he wants.
How do you know?
He just brought up a scenario that he's going out and cheating on me.
Yeah, but okay.
He's out with other people.
Do you
as he
think
just said.
one woman can sexually satisfy a man?
No.
You guys think, realistically speaking, yes or no?
I hope, but I don't know.
The answer is no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now
the
let's switch it
answer.
around. Can one man sexually satisfy a woman emotionally and sexually?
No. Yes. No.
Can we have
Obviously.
dildos and vibrators?
Assuming your girl's not a whore, can one man sexually satisfy
Yes.
a woman emotionally and everything? I would argue, if anything, she probably wants to be sexually satisfied by one guy. So she doesn't have to sleep around, right? So that's the difference. Because you said, hey, well, if he's going to get his needs met, I need my needs met. And my argument to that is, no, you don't. You're not going anywhere because one guy is enough for a woman. I know that from their biology. Women aren't designed to run around and get their needs met by other men. That's only in the past 60, 70 years we've made that acceptable. But, typically that's considered you're a whore if you do that. versus as a man, you're a whore maker. Right. So
But needs aren't just physical.
I would argue if you're getting your emotional needs met by another man, that's terrible too.
But it's not saying
I don't
it's
even
another
think,
man,
if I want to
though.
be honest, like women shouldn't even really be dressing provocatively out in public without their man there. I don't think y'all should have an Instagram where you're showing your body off. I don't think you guys should be talking to other men. I don't think you guys should be having male friends. I think if feasible, you quit your job, right? Because I don't think it's appropriate for a man to be able to dictate to my girlfriend where she has to be and what times at a job. I think as a woman, it is your job to do absolutely everything in your power to remove all male contact. And the reason why is because you guys don't actually initiate the mating process. We do. So since you guys don't initiate the mating process, you guys need to destroy anything that could initiate that process. And that's your responsibility. Because I think a woman's job is to be loyal and not be a slut. My job is to provide and protect for you. If I fuck some other bitches on the side, that's not really as bad. I would argue if we had a scenario where we're outside and someone attacks you and I don't physically stand up and protect you, that is the worst act of betrayal versus me having sex with another woman. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because like it's my duty to protect you. That's literally what we're here for. Versus it's your job to not be a whore. Because let's be honest here. Women's only real commodity, let's be very painfully honest here, is your sexuality. You guys provide very little to no value to men outside of sex.
No value to very little.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
So why are you guys asking for emotional help? If, like you're just saying, if you're not meeting his needs emotionally, if there's no value besides sex, then
Well, the sex
'cause
is
you can
tied to
have
that.
sex with anyone.
Well, hold on. The
That's
sex is tied.
nurturing.
The sex is tied to that. But what I'm trying to say is that the main reason men talk to and flirt and deal with women is for access to their sexuality. Versus with you guys can get a bunch of benefits from us. That's why. Do any of you guys have guys in the friend zone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ask yourself, why do you have guys in the friend zone?
Well, we know why.
Because we make them in the friend zone and they're the homies.
Yeah. So they provide maybe some masculine energy. That's
Yeah.
good.
Security.
They provide a little bit of security, maybe give you boyfriend energy. Basically, you guys are able to reap all the benefits of being with a man without giving up what? Your primary agency, which is what? Sexuality, right? Now, let me ask you, what does he get in return for being friends with you? Fucking nothing.
so he's still friends with you, right?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
wait,
but
no,
the-
still good
what I'm trying to
energy and
explain-
whatever I can do to tell like my homie how to be a better person too. That's how it is. But
He can get that from a man.
Men are waiting. They're always going to be, whether they're your best friends or not, they're always going to be waiting to get that one chance.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
Always.
and I know this sounds very
Mhm.
like terrible, but I'm being very honest here. Like a woman's main commodity and agency is her sexuality. This is why the makeup industry is a $1 billion industry. This is why plastic surgery is huge. This is why women have a strong incentive to keep themselves looking good, right? Because I know plenty of girls that are 19-year-old idiots that are with multimillionaires on yachts hanging out. But I don't know no fucking guys that are 18-year-old idiots on yachts that women are paying for. So a woman's main commodities are youth and her beauty. So
I know women that be paying for like some
okay,
How many?
1,000. Like,
might have clients. Like there's women that there's the same men that
are they
don't
hot
know-
though?
Huh?
They're probably old and ugly, right?
They're older.
There's your point. That's my point. So
Grandma.
and it's
Yeah,
infrequent
and
and
usually
rare.
the men that do that shit are usually like freaking certain way too. So
It's a small.
That makes no sense. Look,
I don't wanna say
the point I'm trying to
ugly.
make is this. When men hang out with women, we provide far more utility than just sexuality. And this is proven because women typically have male friends. But on the other hand, women don't really provide men much utility outside of sex. So they're stupid for being just friends, right? So with that said, since your main utility is sexuality, as your partner, it would be in your best interest as my girlfriend to ensure that that sexuality stays only to me. Because I think you guys would feel some type of way that if I was out with some chick, right, and her bag got stolen, and I got in a fist fight to defend her, I break my fucking arm and now I can't work. So I went ahead and put my life on the line for a random bitch. Now my arm is broke. I can't make money and provide for you. That's betrayal from a male perspective. Same thing. You go fuck another guy. That's treason. That's the worst thing you could do as a female. So you see because I think we kind of have this thing where male and female loyalty is the same, and I would argue it's not at all.
well, yeah, cheating is just sorcery. It's stupid. But I get it. The guys is like it's just they think with their dick, and women it's more like emotional tied and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's like you know, why does someone who commits premeditated murder, why do they get life for the electric chair? Because they thought it
girls
out.
plan it out with guys.
Versus-
it just happens like, oh, she pretty.
Versus an idiot drinks and drives and hits someone accidentally, he gets 20 years. The reason why is because the premeditation shows the state of mind, and that's why I say, like with women,
solid. Yeah,
it's literally it's first degree murder. With a guy, it's like manslaughter. All right.
That's a good way to put it.
We got some chats here, actually.
Chats. All right. Cool.
And ladies, think of questions for us.
Yeah.
While dating, if you have any questions at all, we can answer those questions. Real quick, we got. By the way, thank you, Angie, in the back for these super chats.
Oh, she screenshots them.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Angie.
Shout out Angie. Ladies, don't get mad. It's fresh and fit. They call it how it is. Nothing personal. By the way, the black girl with yellow wig. Why don't you wear your hair?
I do.
HK.
What's HK?
That's
the
his
guy's
name.
That's it.
Oh,
He's
okay.
asking why don't you wear your natural hair?
I do. It's just not on today.
Cool. All right. Cam 2 times.
That's kind of a compliment. Anytime someone says that, they're like, "Hey, you're not ugly. Why are you not wearing your natural hair?"
Whatever.
Yeah.
Question, ladies. If there was a feminine class or school that taught women how to be feminine, friendly, and modest, taught you how to cook, clean, and ultimately how to treat a man, would y'all take it?
yeah.
Yeah? You need it. You too. All right. Get some help.
But you can't. I'm going off of like certain experiences, but I was being the wife, like making sure like I would go and do all that stuff, come home, and still make sure like
For
he
the
has
wrong
his
man.
food. Exactly.
So,
So it's
again,
just like,
your
you're
choice.
trying to tell me you needed that class to learn that shit. I would still want to go and learn because I want to be the most feminine in my energy. Yeah, of course. But like, I think every woman should want to.
Which means you have to have a guy that leads, and you need to be submissive in order to
Right.
be in your feminine energy.
Yeah.
Good
But
job.
what she's kind of
But
overlooking
you're
is that
saying, no, you need the class. So
You
we
need the-
all need the fucking class.
No, they
obviously.
asked if we would take the class.
No, I'm
It's
going
optional.
off of his comment, what he said earlier.
It's optional. I'm just trying to be
Yeah,
funny.
you just being extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a thing with Chinese.
Chinese. Mm-hmm.
Well, Asians.
You have to check it.
Zero Cool
yeah,
says,
Chinese tie. Yep.
holy shit. The lighting is so good on this set. I can finally see what fresh looks like. Fuck you, nigga.
What do you say? No.
Holy
Yo,
shit.
what the fuck?
Because
man?
The lighting.
Yo.
Holy shit. These girls are on a different planet. They cooked. Yeah, bro. We're all cooked here.
Well, no, I always argue that these girls are actually super receptive.
No,
and
they're
polite,
cool.
Unlike the
They're cool.
stupid Miami chicks.
Ryan Smith. Fresh so black, he looked like a tar monster from Scooby-Doo.
See, they talk shit about us too, guys.
Nigga, who are you, bro?
You think Miami's worse than Vegas than the women?
No.
I think
I wouldn't say it's worse.
They
I would say-
picked a really good group of women.
Well,
Because
shout out
we got
to-
Miami, but we got like
Shout out
there's
to Shay and actually the guys at, just so I get it correctly here, Post Game Profits and Bold Content Studio for bringing this together with the girls. So shout out everyone here.
yes, shout out
Uh,
KK Diamonds. Period. Love her.
I don't know who that is. Let's move
She's a
forward.
part of this whole thing.
Oh, she is?
Mm.
Create chaos. A doctor did research proving that the child's DNA stays in the mother for at least 20 years after birth, which means you're contaminated by foreign DNA after you have another man's baby in you. Okay, that is
I
somebody.
know that.
And
I didn't know.
then that's where they already talked about used cars, new cars, and all that. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So
my
yeah,
guy.
the car stuff, right?
It was stupid.
I was by new, right? Yeah. Just Crew Meek says same software, different hardware. That's a hidden message there.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
HK again says WFNF for making it happen. Yes, we made it happen. Demetrius Raps Florida. That's crazy, Myron. You made the Drake top 50 op list, and niggas had the nerve to say FNF fell off. Have you heard about the Drake op list? He made a list of all his enemies, and they showed it on 50 cents. There's a bunch.
There's like 50 people on there.
It's like Playboy Cardi, Myron Gaines,
Kendrick Lamar. That's it.
Kendrick Lamar.
It's because I made a tweet. I said I think you guys complained earlier, right? That men aren't men anymore.
Yeah.
Which I actually agree with you guys. That's why I do have some level of sensitivity to your guys' gripes with
Because I
men.
understand with your perspective on women because you're in that like realm of like, but there's not a lot of like men like that.
No, I'm
They're
absolutely
all
sensitive to
fucking
it.
ditzy out
So
here.
here's the thing. I don't know if you guys you probably don't watch our show because it's a male podcast. We do a daytime show. We actually teach guys how to become more attractive to kind of combat some of these problems. So by day, I talk to men and tell them, stop being a fucking loser and fat. And then by night, I'm telling the women, stop being a dumb hoe. Like, fine, you know what I mean? Like, save yourself for the right guy. So I'm kind of doing both. But the thing that tends to go viral a lot of times is when I talk to the women, because women are rarely told the truth about intersexual dynamics versus men are every day. So,
and men listen, women don't.
Yeah, it's actually,
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually very true. That's why
That
it's so
was
entertaining
beautiful.
when I tell women this shit, because they don't
True,
listen.
I love it.
You're right.
I like that. See?
Men want to like grow and learn, and women, we want to kind of, but once you make it seem like you're belittling me, now I got to put on some like big boy pants and be like, no.
Listen up.
And to bring everything full circle, why I said that I'm sensitive to your issues is directly from the criticism I gave Drake. I basically said, since like 2007, when he got on the scene, he's been kind of pushing this era of being soft and in your feelings and being extremely sensitive and emotionally erratic, which obviously are feminine tendencies. And then obviously a bunch of things come after that. So though he's not the only proponent of this, I think he's a major one, especially since he's been dominating hip hop the past 20 years, where he's made men significantly more sensitive. Right? I think the feminization of men began in the 60s and it's just been a progressive downward trajectory. But I would say that like within the last 20 years, Drake has absolutely been huge in the urban community for pushing this propaganda. I think that's basically what the tweet I made, and got like millions of views and people got pissed off. So
Drake is number one. He's a GOAT.
Yeah, he loves Drake. But
Drake is the guy.
Never.
Now, with that said, I also will say that he's going to go down in history as one of the best musicians of all time.
He's like Michael. Yeah,
his cultural impact versus his musical talent are two different things. I have the ability to distinguish, but I do think that from a cultural perspective, he's been extremely damaging.
Listen, for all the real niggas, we can relate to Drake. Shout out to you, Drake. Ladies, let's say your man had
just kidding.
19K.
Have you seen him?
You're not funny.
The guy goes beta, Jesse, whatever.
That's so funny.
You want to play the violin?
Yeah, I'll play right now.
Okay.
Ladies, let's say your man had 19K in debt, but owned a Rolex and refused to sell it. Would you leave him? Anyhow, what the fuck is that name, nigga? Holy, your parents must hate her. Her parents must. What name? You didn't say what name, bro. But okay, cool. That's fresh updates.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're stupid. You're in debt, but you have Rolex and you don't want to get out of debt for what?
I agree. Somebody called into the show.
So,
That's why you have jewelry, I feel like, too. You know, like
holds
that's
value.
your assets, gold and silver.
See, she knows, but he didn't know.
The reason why a guy called into our show and he had like 20K in debt, and you know he had been balling before, but I guess his business was doing as well, and he had a Rolex.
Yeah.
And we told him, look, bro, you got that Rolex, like you need to pay that debt off and like get a job immediately.
And then get your money back and go get another
we
Rolex.
even found, because we have a call-in show where people can ask for help.
Yeah.
And call and ask questions. And he actually put him in touch with one of our watch guys that said, hey, I'll buy it back from him for 20K. Dude never fucking contacted me. Yeah. It went viral. It went viral. Like,
see, we add value to guys when need be, but he didn't want to take it.
Dude's an idiot, man.
Dudes
like that is who you can't be with.
See, and he had money though at one point, and he wasn't a high value man. Obviously, the way just his critical thinking.
He blew it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but he basically blew it. I think he was scamming, to be honest with you.
Or the watch might not be real. Who knows? Create Chaos says, ladies, would you rather focus on your career than try to have a family, or focus on a family then have a career? I guess we can start here. Would you rather focus on your career than have a family, or put family first then a career?
If you're able to focus on your career first and you don't have children or a partner, you're just completely single, not dating anything, you don't really have a choice but to focus on your career. Now, if you're with someone and you guys are stable and it's like the right person and things like that, then, and he has his career, then that gives you the opportunity to focus on your family and do stuff like that. So
what do you choose?
What would I choose prior or what I already did?
What?
I was started. I feel like going to do the normal things first until you find your partner. So choose your career till you find your partner. Then you can stop doing what you're doing. Like you're saying, you can stop working at that point after you meet a partner. Not just gonna stop doing everything and just sit there and do nothing.
Okay.
You gotta still take that time to better yourself.
What about you?
For me, I have 3 kids, so I mean, I have to put my kids first. I have 2 sisters that are 19 and 20. And I tell them to focus on their career and then establish yourself before starting a family or before picking a man that you decide. And even if you do pick a man, that has a good career. Like right now, my sister's dating somebody that just enlisted in the Army. Great, and I
She
told
relationships never work.
She about to cheat.
Damn.
Holy.
He's tough. He's cooked.
Holy.
and she just moved out with him, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I get it.
She wants that free insurance, man.
You know.
And
She want a house.
Live in the barracks.
I
Live
had
on
that
base.
house for a
Yeah.
dollar.
We haven't got there
Yeah.
yet. So knock on wood. But
Yeah.
I just told her, I was like, look, just don't plan on having kids. Just don't make the same mistakes that I made and not protecting yourself. She's like, the first thing I did was I got on birth control, like before he even came back. And I'm like, okay, like,
How many baby daddies do you have?
I have two. So
Two.
I had my oldest when I was 18 turning 19. And then that dad wasn't the best person to choose. But then I had I met my ex who I was with for a long time, for 8 years. He's been stepdad to my son since he was 4. And we got engaged and pregnant within 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we were together for almost 8
Where's
years.
that guy?
He's the one I cheated on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, technically,
no good deed goes unpunished,
well,
man.
see, the thing was.
Well, see, hold on. He bought a used car.
Oh, this.
Well, see, the thing was that
Yo.
technically, okay. So let me ask you this:
Sure, go ahead.
he moved out and started using heroin and relapse. He moved out of the house, and I slept with somebody when he was moved out. So is that me cheating? Is it cheating?
Were you guys broken up?
We were
already?
broken up.
Oh.
So but he said that I cheated,
then his feelings are
and we were
hurt
trying,
now.
and then we tried
Yeah.
to fix it, but then he said that I.
Hold on, let me get the timeline here. So this guy comes in,
Mhm.
raises your child for 4 years old. You guys have a kid together as well.
Yes,
How long were you guys together until he left?
he moved out when Fallon was 9 months.
Okay, so less than a year later,
Yeah,
he basically leaves.
leaves, relapses, and
When he left, did he say "fuck you, bitch, I'm out"? What did he like?
he moved out,
what
got
was
a
the-
whole nother place, but then kept coming. He wouldn't tell me that he relapsed because that was the one thing I told him. My oldest son's dad, he chose heroin over us, and I told him that was one thing that I will not I can't put up with that. I can't deal with that heartbreak again. Do not because he was a previous heroin user, and
So were you guys broken up when he left the house?
yes.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, though it is fucked up in an act of betrayal, I wouldn't say formally it's cheating if he abandoned the family to go do drugs.
That's what I said. And so, but he said that I cheated.
But
and
I'd like
so-
to hear his side too.
Yeah.
But
And so, even
Yeah.
then.
Wait, he was an ex-heroin addict,
Yeah.
and you chose him as your baby daddy?
Well, I'm an ex-heroin addict also.
Oh.
y'all
Yeah.
met at AA or some shit?
No.
See,
okay.
see,
So we were both sober at the
See,
time. I've been sober from heroin for 13 years.
see. When you buy a used car, it does break down sometimes. Trust me, I did it one time too. I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's tough.
So for me, he moved out and but when we tried to fix things, I was just like, okay, I'm a cheater. I held the the adulterer fucking badge, and then yeah, it's
Hold on. Was it good at least?
what?
Was it good? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that adds a whole element to the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, drugs are terrible.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
Drugs are bad, kids. Mr. Mackey.
yeah, that situation.
Okay.
Awesome. But
We have another one from Fresh Up. No, this is one from Create Chaos. Oh, we did that one already. Jovan Bajani says, "Hey, Fresh, you're probably super busy, but networking." Okay. Oh, here we go. Hey, Fresh, you're probably super busy, but I sent you a DM on Discord in regards to your assistance in networking. I'm a CC Premium as well. My username is Jovan. I got you, bro. Look at that after this
hey,
show.
guys, by the way, join the email list link below. Get in there, Gals Club.
And we're gonna
Join
do a
completely
Zoom
free.
call for you guys this weekend.
Yeah, we'll get some for you because we've been in Vegas.
Cool. There's one more here, I believe.
Yep.
We have Tyler Durden says, "What up, Myron Fresh? Are you guys going to collab with the Saint while you're in Vegas? Side note: the chick in the black is one of the hottest black chicks you've had on FNF. Her body's mid though. Myron, you gotta dabble in the dark tonight. LOL."
This nigga, bro.
She said that you're really hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
thanks.
giving you a comment. You want to say back to them?
And
Thank you.
Okay.
You like chocolate? What's your type?
She's complicated.
I like chocolate. I like fruits. I like all type of things.
Oh, you funny nigga. All right, cool.
Last
Last one.
complicated is probably chocolate.
Last one. Jacob says, if you punish the truth, You have to wait. Hold on. If you
want-
punish the truth, you have to be lied to. Just punish the truth.
what?
If you punish the truth, you're asking to be lied to.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
basically what we're talking
Oh,
about
like how
before.
you're saying.
Because she's saying I want transparency.
Yeah.
Like tell me you want other women, but like they get punished for doing that.
By the way, I was saying Che is Key, actually. Key is the guy that helped us with the show. Sorry. Okay. So ladies, let's do this. Questions for us on the panel. Why things didn't work out? Why's your guy ghosting you? And that's Frank
got
over
his
there.
little sweater, yeah.
Oh,
Look at him. It's cold as hell here in Vegas, guys. So I went and Andrew got him a sweater.
So cute.
So
it's so cute.
got the Cosby sweater.
Okay, what do you think is the length of a relationship until a guy proposes?
Good question.
So I think for most people, they're gonna say maybe 2 to 3 years, something like that. But I think if a guy knows that you're the one and he's actually like interested in you becoming important in his life, it's gonna be pretty soon. So I won't say like 2 years, 3 years. It'll take maybe like as long as it takes for him to understand that you're the one, which means it could be 6 months, could be a year, could be less, could even be longer. But again, the time is important. Is you being the person that he needs you to be? That's important, I think.
My range is a little wide. I go somewhere between 1 to 5 years. Can be, the situation. Because the reason why I have such a wide variance is because guys that are more religious will tend to probably propose earlier on, right? Versus guys that are more secular might wait and be a little bit more reserved. So that's why I give that wide variance. But I do think that getting with a guy that that is religious is a good move, especially if you're a religious woman, because someone that's secular a lot of times isn't going to be as beholden to their beliefs unless like they're really on point with a lot of other things in life. But religious men tend to be more being God-fearing and being believing in your conviction makes you more likely to adhere to traditional masculine traits, right? Like if someone's a devout Christian, he's going to understand that he needs to be the provider and protector, right? Or someone that's Muslim or even Jewish, like they're gonna, if they're Orthodox, whatever, they're gonna, they won't marry you. Actually, never mind, they're Jewish, but you guys get the point.
No, because they gotta get with Jews.
Yeah, they gotta get yeah for them. But if they have some semblance
even
of
Muslim too, like culture, like they're very strict.
they are. But like a
Yeah.
lot of times, because technically it's forbidden to force your wife to convert. But yeah, typically, can you find a guy that's like secular that will be like great? Of course. But
Yeah.
what I've noticed is like, if a guy's religious, he'll be more likely to propose earlier, like Mr. Mormon guy, right?
Did it make sense though? Because you can tell when a guy's into you or not, right? When you're like a priority, like for example, he's making things work, providing for you, making it happen. You're gonna know when he's actually gonna be like serious with you at that point. You'll know.
Solution man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah,
Have you
anything
guys
y'all got
been-
for us? Obviously, we got some controversial takes. So if you guys, nothing's off.
We'll tell you the real. We won't lie to you.
Yeah.
Well, I might. But you won't. Just kidding.
What's the longest relationship you guys have both been in?
For me right now with my girl Angie, she's there in the back. It's going on almost 2 years now. So
2 years. What about you?
5 years. Me and my dog.
And
Just kidding. Not like that. That's my son. But nah, probably like 1 year. What, nigga?
this guy, man.
No. I
Did you guys know within those 1 to 2 years that they were the one or not the one?
well, I was just having fun. Honestly, I'm a real bastard.
With us, we're we
Same.
talk about marriage. I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
Whoa.
Here's the thing, like, and we kind of talked about this with Ryan yesterday, but
Mhm.
just to summarize, our view on marriage is that it's a great institution. I think with children, it needs to be there. However, we don't like the way marriage is done in 2024 in modern society, where the state is involved and it incentivizes women to divorce you and take your resources. So if people can find a way to get married without the state involved, I'm all for it, especially if you have kids. I actually, matter of fact, I think it's a non-negotiable. If you're going to have kids, you need to be married, right? I don't think having children out of wedlock is the way to
Yeah.
move. It leads to a lot of societal
Yep.
problems. If you look at like a lot of the issues with criminals and degeneracy, almost all of them come from single mother households. And a big part of that is because the children are born out of wedlock. So I think if you're going to have kids, you need that nuclear family.
And that's why I think, like, because I feel like this whole conversation, like what men look for, what women for, it's all based off sex. I'm like, that's why I'm like, this is sorcery. I'm over it. Like I think if people really were like celibacy before ceremony type shit and like really stuck.
Wait,
to
are you
God
bad in
first-
bed?
Huh?
Are you bad in bed?
I'm terrible.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The reason why,
But
so
you
like,
know what I mean? Like, so like that's all like this is the society is like based shit off. Like that's where they're holding their values to. And like always like just our body is our temple and like you
but
just,
I think that's also in response to women being over sexualized today,
Yeah.
right? Like, so I see what you're saying. Like, we should be promoting celibacy or whatever. But the problem is that men practicing celibacy actually hurts them, right? And I'll explain what I mean by this. So the average girl, by the time she's like 22 years old, especially if she's college educated, she's probably knows her way around men pretty well. She's been getting hit on since she was 10, getting flirted with in high school, middle school, college, etc. So she's probably, by the time she's 22 years old, has interacted with 10,000 plus men, right? Like, of course, she's not going to deal with all of them. But like I'm saying, like 10,000 men have probably made a pass at her. Oh, you're cute. Oh, I'd like to take you out sometime. Oh, you're at a club and some guy approaches you. Like easily 10,000, right? Interactions. So women become very good at figuring out which guys are attractive and which guys aren't, and being able to quickly decipher them, right? So in other words, women to get more experience with the opposite gender, and then obviously getting this more exposure to the opposite gender is going to lead inevitably to some sexual encounters. And these men, a lot of times, don't get a fraction of those encounters with women, so they get even less of those sexual
socially
encounters.
awkward, yeah.
And they're socially awkward. So
And who are they? School shooters. Keeping it being.
that's a part of
no,
it, yeah.
I was talking about a certain situation, how certain men, they're kind of like weird, like.
And I'm going to get to that right
and
now.
I'm like,
So
that's like mental health stuff.
So the reason why, right? So like, and then there's a bunch of reasons
Yeah,
for
yeah.
why we have this, right? Feminism promotes, women being out there and exploring their options. Technology has made men more reclusive and sitting inside. They're less likely. You mentioned earlier that intelligent men, you're more likely to find them on dating apps. I actually agree with that 100%. They're not necessarily going to be out at a nightclub or a bar
They're
being
too
super
busy
social.
working.
Yeah, on
Yep.
that as well.
Yeah.
So with all of that said, right? Because you said, hey, the celibacy and stuff. The lack of celibacy, right, from both genders is kind of a manifestation of feminism and what we've done, where we've over-sexualized women. And to deal with that, a lot of guys have to figure this shit out. They have to get sexual experience, because if a guy's a virgin or not sexually experienced and he gets with a girl that is sexually experienced, what ends up happening? That girl runs circles around him. He's simping.
Mhm.
He doesn't know how to be a man because she's leveraging sex against him. He's a sucker. So they get finessed. So for guys, though, I do think that it's a beautiful thing if both parties can be virgins when they marry. It's just not realistic and practical, because
Yeah.
women are more promiscuous now than ever before.
Yep.
So if anything, guys got to catch up.
Also, special mention, we got to shout out Origin Podcast for having us here. Shout out to him for supporting us. He's in the back. Shout out to you, bro. Okay.
Yay.
Did it make sense? Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
Thank you guys
All
for
right. It was a
having
good show.
me.
Very good show.
Very fun.
Listen,
Shorter than usual
they
because
were-
we only had 4 panelists, but it was a good discussion.
Well, they were cool understanding.
Yeah,
They took it in.
Good sports.
And we hope to wish you the best of your relationships. And your
I would say they're the best girls that we've talked to in Vegas compared to the other
yeah, for sure.
fucking plastic idiots.
They're not bimbos.
Yeah.
Well, you're cooked, but the rest of you.
This is-
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Remember, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
See,
the
this is that
Frasians.
shit I'm talking
No.
about.
He has a thing
flirting.
for Asians.
No. You
He's
need
scarred.
you need some help. But no, it was a good show.
Yeah. So guys,
So before we close out, any last thoughts on the show? Hate it, love it. Anything you want to say before we close out?
I've actually seen the show before. I've watched and
No, you did watch us.
Oh, okay.
yeah, of course.
So-
Okay, give us your real thoughts about us though before you came in here. Keep it real.
actually, yeah, you can keep it real. Yeah, what'd you think? Because I'm sure you probably saw clips.
Fuck these niggas, man.
Oh.
Tell them.
You keep it real.
Before, like when I see the clips and when I see your guys' clips, it's always like the worst part of the clip, like the worst thing.
We're
like,
racist, misogynist. We hate women, right?
That's what they
all I
say.
see is yo hoes. I'm like, damn. Hold on, let me fast forward this really quick to make sure this is the right podcast for me.
Mhm.
But I mean, like hearing certain points of views, it makes sense. There's a couple of things that didn't make sense. Like, okay, what was it? Oh yeah, you can't have like guy friends. If you're in a relationship and stuff like that, guy friends, that's like kind of pushing it. But I don't feel like all guy friends want something. I've had friends that like literally that conversation had never happened. It's mainly been off of like certain things like, oh, my girlfriend's coming. Like she's not by herself and stuff. Can you come so you guys can chill together while we, everyone else is like chilling and doing stuff like that. So, I mean, other than that, but being here in person, actually hearing you guys, it made a lot more sense than the clips of y'all cussing us women out and dogging us for real. Like,
Wait,
to your example, I do think that, there's a sliver of a potential where a guy can be friends with a woman.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like
It's
in
just ugly.
99% of cases, it's just not that way. The only time I've ever seen a woman be friends with a man and it actually works out is when there's heavy consequences for either party engaging in sexual activity. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Let's say I have a girlfriend and her best friend are like really close and I'm like an associate with her. well, we probably wouldn't hook up, at least because it would fuck shit up or work or something like that. So I've seen if there's like serious consequences, then it forces both parties to stay friends and incentivize them. But most of the time, let's be honest, the dude wants to smash, she just can't do it.
Or she's ugly.
Or that, which is actually rare too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it could exist, but I would argue most of the time the dude wants to smash.
Well, maybe if they get drunk though, maybe they're drunk. Okay, what about you?
Yeah.
I liked it. I feel like
You were very understanding. I feel like you've
I was
understand.
just gonna say, like, I've been on a panel before where the ages were closer, me and the other girl, and so I think that because
Which panel? Which podcast?
With Key, I was on Dumb
okay.
Jocks.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I was on Dumb Jocks. Right? Yeah. And it's no offense to you guys, but I feel like I just don't really resonate with you guys as much because I'm 33, and I mean I have a kid in high
we
school.
shouldn't. We all have different experiences.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, women are kind
That's
of
why
like,
it's
no
cool.
offense, you guys kind of age like in dog years almost. No offense, like
See,
just
that's
being
what I'm
real
talking
here.
about.
Huh?
That's the clips that
My
I see.
bio age
Yeah,
is
yeah.
23.
That's
So what's up?
Yeah, because
Okay.
the thing is that when you guys hit 30, life is significantly different for you than when you were 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in my prime, and
Like
I'm
you guys are in your prime in your 20s versus at 30s, things are starting to
Disagree.
decline. Versus for us,
I feel like I'm in my
we're
prime.
we're at our lowest at 20. Like men, like we only gain
Get up,
value
yeah.
as we get older.
Mhm.
Assuming we do the work. If we're broke at 20 and still broke at 30, it sucks still. But like for women, it's like whether you're broke or not, at 20 years old, life is going to be great if you're
Yeah.
halfway attractive. So for you guys, like there's a big difference between a 20-year-old woman and a 30-year-old woman.
Lies.
You don't think so? Really? You're
I
the same
think
exact woman.
30s
When
You're
I
the same
was
exact
20,
woman as 10 years ago?
when I was 20, I was a bubblehead. There was absolutely not one thought in there. Now, I mean, even conversational wise, I wouldn't even be able to sit down and like have certain conversations, being pretty or not. If she can't do certain things or she can't even sit there and talk to you, being pretty, that's just good for one thing. Just a
Yeah, but
visual
I'm
thing,
speaking.
and then
See,
gotta
here's the
go.
thing. You attributed it right back to being a woman. I'm talking from the male perspective.
Male perspective.
To
It's
us, you have the most
looks.
value when you're 20
Yeah, because
Really?
we
versus
go
being
off
30.
of looks
Yes,
and
100%.
age.
100%. See, there you go. More. That's a female trait right there. I'll say something and then they'll be like, well, to me, it's not that way. But
It's the rebuttal.
I'm telling you, but yeah,
Yeah.
like you got to remember how you see yourself is irrelevant to how men see you. Like you
Mm.
might look at yourself and say, I'm successful, I'm smart, I'm educated, but men don't care about that.
Yeah.
They really don't. Like we'll take a 20-year-old bubblehead, as you would say, that's compliant
they
over
wanna
a
mold
30-year-old
her.
woman that's going to be annoying any day.
Yes,
Facts.
it's true. It's true.
Okay.
So that's what I mean when I say women age in dog years, because at 30, like you don't have the same value to a man as you did when you were 20. Versus for me, at 30, I'm going to have way more value than I did
I
at
think
Yeah.
it's
20.
not 20 at all.
Did you finish your point?
I guess yeah.
But does that make sense though?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What about you, Miss?
Oh, this was fun.
Well, I was gonna say Miss
Oh.
Mormon.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Learn anything here?
I feel like I like hearing from guys' perspectives.
You gonna tell Bumble guy that, hey man, we can bang girls together?
Nope.
All right, well when he cheats on you, he'll get mad at me. When you find out, don't leave him.
When he
You had your
cheats on me,
chance.
I just will know that you're little.
You had your
were on his
chance.
shoulder telling
Yeah.
him to do it, and I was like, okay.
Well, she believes
He's watching right now.
never
girl.
settle.
Wait,
So
wait, have y'all hooked up yet? Okay, he's still gonna want other women though. So just be ready to have that conversation.
You're
When
such
does a man doesn't want any other woman?
Almost
Ooh,
never ends.
never.
Almost never.
Pretty
ends.
much.
That thirst for other women almost never goes away.
Yeah.
Okay, the thirst, yeah.
It might go
'Cause I
down.
feel like even
It might go
women
down,
too, whether
but-
they say it or not, and they act upon it or not, if they start seeing other men in a certain way. But
I'll tell you
I
this,
still
like,
know, I don't know.
As they stay with you longer in age,
Mhm.
it's probably going to go down. So let's say he was cheating on you with like 10 girls a year, right? At the beginning of the relationship, it might go down to just one because he's like, man, I don't want to deal with this bullshit no more.
Yeah.
But the want and need to be with other women almost always stays there. Especially if your guy has like high testosterone, is like traditionally masculine, he's always going to want other
Oh
women.
my God.
So it's like a catch-22 for you guys.
Yeah.
You want a guy that's a leader and assertive, everything. Well, guess what comes with that? He's going to want other bitches.
Yeah.
I can't read this one.
What?
I can't
What
read
did it say? What did it say?
Uh-oh.
Tyler Durden says, fresh. Wrong black chick, bro. The black chick with the black hair is the hottest black chick that's been on FNF. Ninja. What the fuck? Do you have eyes? LOL.
Wait, what?
Oh, dumb. Everyone's
Rude.
beautiful.
I
Bye.
caught it.
No, he was.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. I thought he meant you, but he meant her. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna move on now.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
That was that bad.
fucking asshole. Comfort
You got
zone.
thick skin, man.
Yeah,
Fresh,
she's
read this
very
card.
beautiful.
When this card is played, it means real fresh has left the building. I can't see all this, by the way. Oh wait, hold on. Here it is. You can't be serious is the tagline here. When this
Oh,
card
so
is
you get a
played,
card?
it means real fresh has left the building, and Toon Fresh is in town. Toon Fresh is no longer willing to listen to your female delusional logic. He's ready to troll you instead. Attack 2500 defense.
Oh, because you did that there to show the music shit. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
We got HK. My boy got Tavius want to hook up with the black girl with the wig.
Period. No, she already has the love of her life.
Yo, what the
Did it.
fuck?
Bald nigga?
It's,
Oh,
KS,
wait.
it's
That's
KSI.
like the meme
Yeah,
guy.
what the hell, bro?
It's KSI real
What?
quick.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Okay.
Anything else?
Last one.
That's
last
that
one? All right.
meme guy.
This is a classic for the show, ladies.
Oh,
This is
shit.
your time to shine. Name 3 countries. And you can't name USA, Canada, or Mexico. We'll start
Or
right.
China or Thailand.
Yeah, we'll start right here.
Motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
Three
Two-
countries.
The countries.
Go ahead.
We just shout 'em out, or-
Yeah, just name them.
No.
Yeah. Well, after she goes,
Oh.
one at a time.
Ethiopia.
We can't confirm or deny. We're just gonna listen.
Kosameme. Can I go? Can I just go and get out the way?
That's
No.
a
Hold on,
China's a
hold on.
Because I have
continent,
Okay.
3 already in my brain.
All right, 3
I don't want
countries. Go ahead.
anybody
You got
to
it.
take
She said Ethiopia. 1. What else?
though. Japan.
Okay.
And Israel.
Period. Next.
Debatable, but
Okay.
one more.
Okay, I shouldn't. No, you can't do that.
Yeah. She already did it. Period.
Panama.
3 hours later.
All right. What about you?
3 countries.
3 countries. Yeah.
East Asia. I am so challenged.
Forgot they only teach geography in 12th grade. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. See, I didn't graduate high school. Russia.
Hold on. One more.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you said you can't use Mexico.
I know. I was trying to be funny. Okay, cool. All right. Well, too bad you lost.
All right,
That's okay.
fantastic.
What about you?
I knew.
She's
I'm like,
got this.
I got nervous.
What about you? Go ahead. There's still like 190 left. Don't
She
worry.
has this.
Germany, Belgium. What was my favorite one?
I thought you
Went
like
to
smart guys.
Switzerland.
There you
Okay.
go.
What about you?
2 hours later.
You too late.
Man, she got it. Okay. Armenia, Poland, Ireland.
All right.
Okay.
Smooth. Cool. So guys, we'll be back live
Regions.
tomorrow,
Right,
guys.
like
We're gonna be back in Miami. We're gonna
Yes.
do a live. We're gonna react to that documentary
With Lily Phillips?
with Lily the 304.
Yeah.
We're gonna
damn.
give you guys probably the best breakdown on it tomorrow, probably around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Like,
We're gonna get off the plane and stream for you niggas
Oh,
tomorrow.
like 10 p.m.
Yeah, something like that.
To be
But
safe.
hardest work of podcast in the game, guys. Click the link below. Get in the email list. All the girls' Instagrams are below. Go ahead and send them a dick pic if you want. I'm sure they'd love that. They've been great sports. Thank you, ladies, for coming on.
Before
Get
we
on that email list tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. We're gonna react to the documentary and then go in first.
Before we end, shout out to Bull Content Studio and Key, post game profits, and last but not least, shout out to the Origin podcast for having us in the studio. Thank you very much for having us here. Thank you, ladies, for coming. And again, think about this. Thank you for
Live
coming.
tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. guys. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you.
All right. Good.